Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Isaac Rhythm Arredondo.
And I am Devin, TheDoc O'Connor.
And today is the final week and the final match for the Redhawks in ESC League of Legends. Tonight, they'll be going up against a very formidable team from Kent State University, who have only dropped games to the top 3 teams in the conference. However, before we get into tonight's game, we do have a little bit of news to share with everyone, and that is that it's our last cast together here at Miami University, unfortunately.
Yep, it's going to be the last time you see these beautiful mugs blessing your screen. And, it's a real shame, but all things come to an end. And, there's a saying, if you love something, let it go.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, it's been a great time casting. I've only done it for, this is my 2nd year. This is your 4th, I think.
Oh, man, don't remind me. So off screen over there, I have a walker because my knees are starting to give out. I'm really old. But yes, it is a little bit of a shame, but I look back with a lot of fond memories. I think that this has been something I'm very thankful to be a part of. I think it's definitely allowed me to get more in touch with my creative side.
Yeah,
I think so. I'm very thankful that I had this opportunity, and it's been a blast casting. I think I've been doing it for a long time, but doing it with you has been truly a special experience.
Well, thanks. Huge shout out to James and Zach, our program coordinators and directors, who have given us this opportunity. But yeah, like Devin said, it's been so much fun just being able to surround ourselves with this community, with like the league team and other people part of the program. And yeah, it's been so much fun casting with you. You've been the only person I've cast with, but
yeah, I know, not much competition in that department. But
it's been a great pleasure. I think we make a nice little duo.
I think so too. It's going to be a shame. I think LCS, give us a call.
Yeah,
Our lines are open.
LEC, I'm willing to
LEC, yeah,
travel. Yeah, if you guys want to hit me up.
we could work something out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're our services are pretty high demand, so it's tough. But
lot of calls. It might be tough to get to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that being said, we're very excited to cast this final week, though, this final match. Like we mentioned, Kent State, though, very strong team. They are fourth in the conference, dropping teams to the top 3 teams, those being Buffalo, Ball State, and Eastern Michigan University. So the Redhawks kind of have a tough matchup for them tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, I would really appreciate them, honoring our memory with ending it with a W in that win column. So let's hope they know the significance of this moment for us, and allow that to fuel their competitive fury tonight.
I did talk to some of the team members earlier before this, and I did request a couple of draft picks.
Oh no!
So
Wait! I don't know when if they lock that in.
if they lock it
Do
in,
we get in trouble?
I will be a happy man.
Do we get in trouble though?
So hopefully, no, never. So hopefully they'll honor our request, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, tonight Kent State is bringing in the top lane the Lion, jungle Sparky Thoss. In the mid lane is I Main William, with Strikecoon as the AD carry and Al Calamity, a very, very good player, as the support.
Heard that guy knows double lift.
Yes, I've seen double lift streams where Al Calamity is in lane with the man himself.
Did you go like?
I actually the first time I did, I go like, wait a second, is that?
I know that.
I know that name.
Huh.
And of course, Miami will be bringing the same lineup. Gosh, I can't talk. As last week, with Kins Egoist Nakazawa in the top lane, Christian Silzak Tarzia in the jungle this time around, not AD carry anymore. Jack WGFY Lee in the mid lane, with Sage Pank Tipton, who made their debut last week as AD carry, and Jen Beans Liu as the support.
Pank, my goat. Pank really handled the starting position well, beautifully, I might say. Last week was very impressed with the team and the form that they were in. So, yeah, I mean, it looked like they were kind of firing on all cylinders, and we'll hope that they can keep up that form into probably more of a robust opponent. In terms of just, I mean, given the eye test. But I'm optimistic for what Miami can put on display. But I've been told we do actually have some games prepared as well.
Yes, of course. As is always, this will be our last Luldle as casters for Miami University.
We got to one shot everything.
So we gotta go crazy. We gotta honor our legacy here tonight.
So what? Do we just start with the Ash?
I think we have to honor the Ash.
But we did Volibear and we got it so quick. So
shout out Cubby. He really set us back on our trajectory.
Do we? Yeah,
we'll go Ash.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh, this was a
no
mana.
No,
Wait, no mana.
This
No
is
mana.
good.
This is good.
This is actually really good.
I'm thinking top male, no mana, melee.
Human. Garen. Wait, what was Garen?
No. Garen's 2009.
Darius.
Darius uses mana.
Oh crap! Right. Renekton.
What other? Oh, there's Renekton.
No, but he's not a human.
No. It could also. Well,
Tryndamere.
It could be Iceborne. No, he doesn't use mana. He's Fury. He has Rage.
Oh, right.
But not Failure. Not Trend. Not Trend.
That's what I'm
saying. What other?
Who uses health? Dr. Mundo.
Ooh.
But he's not human.
I thought he was altered human. No. Ooh. What is he?
Something different. Yeah.
Let's see. Mundo. I'm trying to think of other.
They never really explained how he got purple.
So. Renekton uses Fury. Riven, but that's not male. Akali, not male. Manaless melee champions. Diego uses mana.
No, he doesn't.
Really? Wait,
Diego
I'm down for a Diego guess here. Look at Diego here. Does he not really use mana?
Oh, we leaked it.
So it's not manaless, but it is a male top lane / jungle, I would assume.
Yeah.
Melee. Does Malphite use?
Yes.
Almost certain.
Who does not use
mana?
That's a good question.
It has to be Fury or Rage. It's not Gnar, though.
Not Gnar, yeah.
I'm trying to think of jungle champions who don't use, because I feel like that's a smaller pool than top lane. I also don't know jungle champions
Shyvana,
that well.
but that's female.
Shyvana, Nunu. I'm going through the list in my head. Echo uses mana. Hecarim uses mana. Nocturne uses mana. Wait. Where's Cubby when we need him?
Who
Wait, we're
is
getting cooked here. Oh,
not manaless though?
is Wukong mana?
Energy. No. Who else uses
Wait,
energy?
the
Zed?
the
What about Zed?
Ionia. Oh, it could be Zed.
Zed.
Does Wukong use mana though?
Yes.
It could be. Does he?
Zed.
I'm down
Try
for
Zed.
Zed. I'm
Try
down for
Zed.
Zed.
Zed. Zed.
Cool.
Zed. 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 Zed.
Human ninja.
Yeah. Let's try Zed. Nice.
Holy cook! Way to go, man. You're hard carrying
I'll
me.
do what I can.
Kindred.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
Yeah, if it's lamb, it's Kindred automatically.
But it's the wolf thing.
Bang! The wolf, voiced by Matthew Mercer.
Yeah, I
himself.
met that guy right over there.
Dude, I met that guy too.
Like
when
right
we
over
came.
there, though.
Yeah.
Like in that hallway.
That's Xin Zhao, no?
Yes.
With the spear.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his old
Which is
wind becomes lightning.
oh, I thought it was Crescent.
Wait.
Crescent Sweep or Crescent Strike. Crescent Guard. That's
Crescent
his
guard.
ultimate.
That's probably it. Wait, wind becomes lightning. What is that?
That's the Shun
Oh,
Dong.
yeah. That's a good sound effect. Saturn.
Aurelian Soul, maybe. I think planets.
Not.
Like the skies descend is Aurelian Soul.
Hold on. Yeah, we can go with that.
Or it's got to be a Targon champ.
Yeah. Who uses planets? I feel like it's only him.
Yeah.
Let's lock that in. Aurelian Soul, please. It's gonna be a dragon and like a star. Let's.
Bang!
All
Oh,
right.
dude,
Ball State.
I miss
All right,
old
Ball
Aurelian
State.
Soul. Give me back old Aurelian Soul.
Go ahead.
What is this?
It looks like Evelyn.
I want to say it's like Evelyn or like Skarner or something, but I don't know.
I don't know who else has the tail like that.
Yeah.
Like a little demon.
I'm trying to think who else uses their tail. Like Skarner does.
Yeah, but you would.
But I
What
don't.
is that thing? Like, what is that? Is that like fur?
It's like a needle.
No. Like the thing next to it.
Prod, could you zoom in just a little bit, possibly?
But that's cheating, though.
No, like with the Control Plus button.
Yeah, but
so
it's
like
cheating,
it just brings it closer to us. What is that? Is this like a weird?
It looks like an
Anivia skin?
eye. See that? It's
Is
like
this a
furry.
weird
It's
Anivia
furry
skin?
stuff.
I'm down for like an Evelyn guess though.
Yeah, I think Evelyn.
I don't
is,
know
like,
who
the
else has a
closest
tail
we
like
could
that
get.
other than Evelyn and Skarner.
It looks like a dress. Oh crap!
Oh gosh. It's not a Victor skin, I don't think. It's not Nocturne. What? Is it? It's not Skarner. Skarner doesn't have a skin like that. Who else uses a tail? New Shyvana will.
Not gonna be.
Wait,
bad.
when does New Shyvana
It's like
drop?
but it's like a demon
8
tail.
days?
Like what's
It is
like
a
a
demon
what's like a
tail.
demon?
Any of the Void people, but I don't know Void
No,
people with
I'm
tails.
thinking like. Is there a Darken champion that uses that?
I actually am not. Skarner.
Rengar. Let's try Rengar. Yeah, sure. Rengar.
Oh, we won't get this one. Oh,
Okay.
What?
Oh, it's the night. It's the night blue
Oh,
skin.
wait, good pull. Night Hunter Rengar. Dude, Night Blue 3.
Night Blue 3,
Night
shout
Blue
out.
3.
See
That's
ya,
a
at
that's an
sign.
old pool. That is an old pool.
CY at sign.
I used to
bro.
watch when I was in middle school and I first started playing League. I watched so much
I think
Night Blue
everyone
3.
did. Like
Yeah.
I used to be sub to him, and he would do like Nasus jungle, be like, "Whoa!"
He would play stupid things in the jungle, and you'd be like, "Oh my gosh!"
And then it turned out he's actually in like low diamond.
Yeah, I was like, "Well,
He's
that's still higher tier than I am."
the Night Blue
so.
3 low. Yeah.
Anyway, we do see Thresh and Rise banned here. Thresh from Miami University and Rise from Kent State, and we'll see what else is coming out here. I wonder if, or rather, what Miami will prioritize here. Whether they want to get, I think it's going to be like last week where they try to get Pank on something comfortable or Christian as well. So we'll see what happens as we get further into this draft. Just waiting on a couple more bans. Nautilus, so they are paying massive respect to Alcalamity today.
Yeah, they really don't want this guy to have any of those engaged champions. A good shout, I think, from what I know, from what you've told me about Alcalamity, this dude is a problem. A lot of respect being paid to the Rise as well as the Ambessa. I think the Ambessa is one that we see a lot. That makes me kind of feel like Kent State is going to play something like maybe a little bit hyper carry-ish could signal that, or they just don't have to deal with a million dashes.
Smolder for Strikecoon. That's my money guess for today.
That would fit the bill.
And then I want Jinx Lulu or Ash Lulu from Miami University. I've been spamming Lulu in solo queue. It is Elo Potion. Briar being a ban.
Briar is something that Solozak actually has some past on. So I actually did do the due diligence of looking into Solo Zach's, comfort champions, and Briar is actually at the top of that list
Oh.
in terms of willingness to pilot. So yeah, the Shen gonna catch the ban as well, probably towards it could be jungle, but I imagine it's towards the top lane for the Lion. A lot of stuff being hovered, but the Jinx is going to be the look, as you said, kind of maybe match some of that scaling if they do opt for something like this. Molder is a common pickup.
I do like the Jinx pick a lot here. Gives kind of some assurity going into the late game. I mean, Jinx kind of weak early on, but once you start stacking the Yuntal, you have the Infinity Edge, just a massive champion, just really hard to deal with. But Nocturne Orianna, a ball delivery system, will be the first 2 pickups for Kent State, kind of signaling what they're going for the rest of this comp.
You know what's interesting is, like, if you think about it, Nocturne Orianna just functions like if you had a Malphite. It's like 2 champions.
It is actually just
Yeah,
Malphite.
it's just Malphite.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean-
thinking like I was gonna say it's like a cross map Malphite, but Orianna still has to be there.
Yeah.
So it's effectively
It's just Malphite. And we are going to see the Akali. I would view as a little bit of a flashy. We've talked about this on obviously last stream, that this is kind of a feast or famine with WGFY in terms of whether he decides to do some things that are a little silly or it looks really cool.
I mean, last week I feel like WGFY's Akali did not play bad. Like he had some really nice plays, some game-saving plays there.
It helps that when you're like 1,000 million gold ahead on every lane.
But he was laning up against an Orianna as well. So maybe we'll kind of see the same thing this week. But Gwen being picked up, another one of those power picks, but I don't know if Miami has won any games with the Gwen
it's usually
so far.
banned, to be fair. It is something that usually catches that ban, but I think the inviting the matchup is Kent State, I would imagine. I think they knew that was going to be locked, and they locked the Singed in response. Not a champion you see too often, just in general, but also particularly in more like collegiate pro play. I feel like this is a very niche.
It's an odd one.
Yeah, but he does have grievous wounds built into his kit at level 6. So when he does take that potion, the madness potion, I forget what it's called. I think it's like that. He gets the built-in grievous wounds, and it gets a lot of CC.
The Lulu ban, no, not my Lulu. Lulu being banned out by Kent State. Great ban from them. Just one of those powerful supports to put with the Jinx. Give Jinx a lot more attack speed and movement speed early on into the game. But I do want to kind of talk about this Singed pick a little bit more. Singed is one of those champions that likes to proxy a lot, likes to proxy in the top lane. So that'll force Egoist to try to match Singed or try to prevent that proxying. And then as well, we'll take away some of Christian's ability, Solo Zach's ability to really play the map, because he'll probably have to spend some time helping out, getting damage onto that Singed to let the wave push.
Yeah, Singed is kind of just like that bee, or not that bee, that fly that just keeps going around in your room, and you don't want to. It's like it's such a hassle to actually get rid of it.
You're laying in bed all cozy, and then like.
Yeah, and he's just there. He's just being an annoyance.
And then as soon as you think you got it, it's back.
It's back. And yeah, the Leona going to catch the respect band. Some really great showings for Beans with that one last week. The peel was immaculate. Something to see. Rakan also going to get the axe. So that is 4 support bands. You could maybe
argue 5.
Yeah, it could be 5 with the Shen support. And that is a huge amount of respect being paid to the support of Kent State. The Sivir going to be the option. The Spell Shield going to provide plenty of peel. We saw Pank pilot that one to great effect last week as well. Maybe Kent State getting some inspiration from that.
Sivir, I really like as a champion. I play a lot. You can really just play back, farm waves with your Q and W boomerang blade and ricochet. You can really play the lane safe. You don't really have to trade all that much, and you will scale. And as long as you're behind a front line, the boomerang blade will just tear through the team.
Okay, so we got a little bit of trickery here. So it looks like Cassante is going to be the top laner, and the jungle is going to be the Gwungle. Actually,
Gwungle.
That's what we call it in the biz.
Oh,
in the biz, we call it Gwungle, and it is quite good. Actually, that was something Cubby alluded to last week as well. We're obsessed with him. We can't stop talking about this guy, but
he's just the GOAT, man.
He is the GOAT, and he said that we're seeing a lot of Gwen in the jungle, and that Janna is going to be the peel option for Beans to kind of supplement the Lulu that was unfortunately taken out of the rotation. and we'll see what I would imagine Calamity will be locking in. The Singe could be going support if they want to go for something a little more
Oh,
out. That's
I think
something.
that's a little crazy.
Well, Lahen's a really good player in the LCK, very very storied player. He was known for his Singe support. He would play it into Yumi, but not necessarily the matchup that we're seeing right now. And
TK.
yeah, you love this
I
champion.
love Tom Kench. Oh, just one of my favorite champions in the game.
Did you request this one?
I requested it from Miami.
Yeah, but from Kent State, they must have intercepted the comp.
I actually requested both Sivir and Tom Kench. So
Wait, so you're getting your list, but it's just
wait,
the wrong team.
Kent State's in our Discord. Kent State's spying on me. They have insider
They're up to
information.
something, but I can't prove it.
I do like this Janna pick a lot, though. I mean, we've kind of seen this Janna against an Orianna comp before, where as soon as the shockwave goes off, Beans just clicks the R button and everyone spreads back out, kind of disengaging from any follow-up that could come. I mean, with the Tom Kench, Orianna could shockwave them all in. Tom Kench can knock everyone up. So now Janna just has that ability to spread everyone out, give some more safety to Pank. I mean, you build Ardent Sensor on Janna, giving more attack speed and more damage to that Jinx. So I do like the pick a lot here.
Yeah, I think Miami lacking a little bit in the engage department, though, and just in terms of like a go button. That is going to be a little bit difficult in order to actually start these fights off. Like, you kind of have to play off of maybe your Cassante or like, I mean, it just, there isn't that. I mean, the Janna NATO is something, but it's not the kind of that hard lockdown that you'd want in order to kind of kick things off.
You don't have like a shockwave that you
Yeah,
can throw
or
in.
like a TK diving at you, or a Nocturne to kind of get things started. So Miami probably going to be playing a little bit more on the responsive end in terms of how these team fights are going to go, but still have a pretty good comp in terms of damage. They have the sustained damage of the Jinx, the assassination potential of the Ninja there, and the Guangle as well, rounding things out.
Yeah, I do like Miami scaling a lot with the Jinx and the Gwen. I mean, Cassante is only going to get tankier as well. So it'll be hard for Nocturne and Sivir to take down Cassante later into the game.
That's when you got the Singed, though.
That is when you have the
Singed is going to be
Singed.
cooking.
This Singed, if the line is good on Singed, this could be a problem for the Red Hawks.
No, I mean, Singed is something that you also aren't used to playing into for a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Since it's kind of a niche champion, the people that you never want to go against, but they're like, they make up 100% of his player base, are like the people that only play Singed.
Yeah.
And they can like control a game to such a T. Like, you think that they're running it down. It's like the old Baus Scion strategy where you're like 0-9, but you've accomplished so much on the map that it's like you are basically winning your team the game by like dying over and over again.
Counterpoint, this could be like a six-pack Singed where he's just flashing and teleporting to a minion next door and then running away.
Could be like something like that. I mean, there's so many different. It's like a spectrum, and it's definitely something that we're gonna have to keep our eye on because we don't know where the Lion is going to fit in terms of the Cinch player base because it is kind of wide, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Now you kind of mentioned like the lack of CC from the Red Hawks, and Kent State has kind of a lot of go buttons to go with here.
Is CC.
Yeah, Cinch can flip Jinx into the team
and ground her.
Yeah, and so I do want to ask you though, what do you think the Red Hawks' path to victory here is in this game? Because I'm kind of looking towards that Akali. I see a Nocturne, an Orion, and a Sivir. I see an Akali that needs to get fed and needs to assassinate these characters before they can really start to scale and do damage in these fights.
I think Akali's windows are going to be very limited here. I think get ahead in mid lane, try and put the Orianna. That's the biggest thing for me. Is put the Orianna in a position where she doesn't have a lot of gold, isn't going to be able to just pop the shockwave and just do all your HP, because you need to play so far into the early game that you aren't going to be caught. Because if the Akali isn't sitting on a ton of gold, or the Orianna is, it is going to be so hard for the Akali to find angles to, like, if you get a perfect execution and you're just going to get CC'd to death.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Singe is there. He's putting down the pool where you can't dash, you can't do anything. It's going to be so difficult for them to get on top of the Sivir and actually, get some burst potential, even if they drafted something like an assassin.
So how does Miami, now, if this is assuming the Singe does the normal Singe strats and starts proxying the wave, what does Egoist need to do to counteract that proxy? And how much will that affect Solozak? Will Solozak have to give up some camps to give Egoist some attention early on in this game?
I think that definitely prioritize early objectives. That's something that Singed isn't necessarily as, I mean, I don't know. I don't associate him with like early objective fights particularly.
I don't think he's that good of like a grub taker either.
Yeah. So don't let them have just any kind of room in the early game to I wouldn't let them get to a point where they can leverage a lot of the strengths of their champions. And,
Yeah.
and Miami does have great scaling, but a Gwen, especially with I feel like the Singe is such an X factor here in terms of how it can.
It's a feast or famine kind of pick.
It can definitely implicate a lot of different things and a lot of different champions that Miami picked. But Gwen with 3 items is Gwen with 3 items. So something to keep an eye on. We'll see how Solozak decides to pilot that one. But I'm pretty excited. I think you particularly got a lot.
Oh, I'm very excited about this game.
And you know what? I think that if Kent State does something or does really well, at the very least, you get to watch the champions that you love frag out of their minds.
Yeah.
So we are hoping for a Redhawks win. Obviously, we told you the context, the circumstances. We are on our way out. But you know what? If the last thing you see is a Tom Kench with 700 gold bounty, is that really that bad?
It's a beautiful life that you've lived. If the last thing you see is a Tom Kench.
Yeah.
But
a delectable feast.
That was give the fans your Heimerdinger real quick.
Indeed, a wise choice.
Oh, we love voice lines out here.
Shout out to that was Griffin. Griffin was my I was in a undergraduate research lab. I still am, and he was my he was a master's student that I worked with, and he had the best Heimerdinger impression. I mean, he was a man of science, so he wasn't even like cosplaying. Like he just was Heimerdinger.
Did he have the hair? Did he have like, do you know the Heimerdinger skin where he's like an alien with a big brain?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of was like that though. So I mean, and he could do the voice so well that I thought I was sitting right next to him. Like I thought I was thought I was Echo, like in that scene in Arcane. Like
I haven't watched Arcane, but here we are on the Rift.
You can't just drop that
for game 1 between Miami University and Kent State. WGFY finding the Nocturne early here in this game. It looks like Jungle 101 is their jungler today.
Okay,
I've been lied to.
What is going on? Solozak is here. I mean, William gonna be in a little bit of trouble. The electrocute proc.
WGFY getting a nice early trade here in this game. I was lied to. It is a different jungle than I was expecting, so I gave you maybe some false information. But it does look like the Singed will not be proxying just yet, as Beans taking a nice chunk of damage from Alcalamity and Strikeoon.
Yeah, the Sivir a little bit early, going to be a little annoying to deal with. Beans also going to catch a tongue lash to the face. Beans trying to avoid more poke. And again, getting hit with the Tom Kench Q. That is going to be so debilitating. But Gwen is pathing Egoist as well at an early disadvantage on the back foot against this Beekeeper Singed. I love that skin. Just fits him so well.
Yeah, some tech to know with Tom Kench as well is the tongue does scale with Tom Kench's size. So if Alcalamity builds Heartsteel and gets bigger, the Tongue Lash will have longer range. And then also,
if he builds Heartsteel as a support,
also, yeah, that would be a crazy move. But with Tom Kench, you get the 3 stacks of passive. You can use your ultimate on an enemy. If you have 3 stacks up, you can then Q, then R, and your R is now wherever your Q is. So some fun tech, we might see it. But Solozak getting an early gank here onto Strikeoon, and Alcalamity drops the Ignite onto Strikeoon. Solozak forced to flash away, but Tom Kench going in with the knockup, gets Beans, forced to flash out of there. Pank is now ordering Strikeoon. Use is the barrier to stay alive. Pank flashing into the brush to get a little bit of invulnerability, and Pank with the double kill starting off this game strong. First blood, however, to Kent State.
Yeah, Pank getting excited, and Alcalamity, to his credit, played that really well with the knockup. With the stun, we got to see this 3 stacks on the Q, just like you mentioned, but it wasn't enough. And Pank, great use of the barrier there, getting excited and playing the vision so effectively, getting into the brush, making sure that Alcalamity couldn't land those final few auto attacks and picking up both kills. That's going to be so great on this Jinx. And Sivir going to be set a little bit behind, missing a little bit of waves here, being forced to return back. Has the Cole picked up, as well as the Jinx matching her in that club.
Yeah, as you mentioned, just really smart play from Pank to flash into the brush. That way, Tom Kench didn't have the vision on Pank, could an auto Pank, kept them alive just a little bit longer. But we do see Jungle 101 up here in the top side of the bottom. River took the scuttle. It's now trying to get some early vision before backing. But WGFY playing this lane pretty well so far, I would say. Same with Egoist up there in the top lane, but Alcalamity diving in, gets the knockup onto Beans, but Pank drops the Chompers and is able to get a couple of free autos there. think Pank and Beans are playing this one pretty solidly so far.
Yeah, kind of the double-edged sword with the Tahm Kench is if when his W is obviously very choreographed, and Jinx can kind of just drop those flame choppers on top of where he's going to be emerging. WGFY though.
Ooh, WGFY in a little bit of danger as Jungle 101 is here, misses the Q, so isn't able to see where WGFY is and is able to flash out of that one. WGFY with a nice heads-up play smelled something fishy and got out of there.
Yes, WGFY now going to be down his flash crucially though, so any kind of overstep in the mid lane could be potentially disastrous. Egoist again struggling into this Singed. It seems like he has kind of Egoist number at the very beginning of this laning phase, but easily going to be able to pick up this wave after freezing it under his tower. Pank, I've been pretty impressed from what I've been seeing so far. Oh.
Ooh, WGFY getting real low, takes the auto, and iMain William will pick up a kill for Kent State. However, Devin, I do want to point out a little bit of vision. If you look at the mid lane tier 2 tower, the little brush next to the Raptors, Kent State has a nice little deep ward there.
Yeah.
So they'll have vision of Solozak if he ever crosses through that area. They also have one in that tri brush right up there above Beans.
Yeah, they also have a solo kill on the Orianna that's going to be feeling real good. WGFY, it looked like he was just playing with fire. I don't know why he was posturing so aggressively. Obviously, you don't want to drop too many waves, but giving a kill there, no flash, is just not going to be what you want to see. Like I said, setting this Orianna behind early on is crucial. Solozak looking for maybe a lane gank here. The bush is warded.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a way to clear it. Actually, Solozak does have the sweeper to clear that vision, but Egoist and the line here just trading up in the top lane. This might be the most normal Singe that I've ever seen in League of Legends ever, but he's just running all over this lane so far. Uses the unstoppable on the flip, but Egoist goes all out. Egoist getting so much damage into the Singe, but Singe able to live just barely. In the picture-in-picture, you can see that Beans is about half health, and Solozak is still just staying around, losing kind of that tempo that he has in the jungle, but a good trade from Egoist in the top lane. Couldn't use the flash to secure the kill, unfortunately, due to the grounding from Singe's, what is it? Sticky? I don't know what the ability is. The adhesive, I think it's called?
Something adhesive.
Oh, but here we see Jungle 101. Solozak overstaying his welcome just a little bit. Solozak caught out in a lot of danger, but Pank able to get some autos in. Was able to chunk the team down just a little bit. WGFY is here as well, looking for the kill onto Strikecoon or Jungle 101. But Jungle 101 uses the paranoia and dives onto Beans. Pank is now caught in the middle of everyone as WGFY picks up a kill onto Strikecoon. Pank will get an assist, a kill onto the Nocturne as WGFY is here alone with iMain William and Alcalamity. Gets stunned up from the Tongue Lash with all 3 stacks of the passive locked up, and a double kill for the Tahm Kench.
Yeah, Miami deciding to fight that 3v4, and it's going to be really difficult. The Tahm Kench doing so much work. Egoist though.
Yeah, Egoist and the line still just trading here. Didn't get the root from the adhesive with the flip, but will flash out of tower range. The line getting a little bit antsy here in the top lane, but I think now is looking for the proxy.
Yeah, knowing that Egoist doesn't have the all-out in order to completely punish off the play, gonna pick up that wave pretty easy. But kind of a reversal now. Sivir is still 0-2, but once again, it's going to be Orianna benefiting from these plays that KSU is making. And yeah, the TK has just kind of been such a thorn in these fights, being able to just body block for the more squishy carries of Kent State.
Yeah, the Lion also getting a ward near Solozak's Gromp. So when Solozak gets up to that side of the jungle, Kent State will know exactly where he is. Drake is up, but WGFY is getting knocked up by Alcalamity's Tahm Kench. iMain William as well, pumping in a little bit of damage, but WGFY can just go invisible, and no summoners wasted.
Yep, and he is going to trade a little bit of his HP for that. It's going to be a little bit disenfranchised for this potential skirmish. It doesn't really look like he's just going to be pushed back by the Orianna. Nocturne clearing out his top side. We'll see. It looks like the Gwungle is rising towards that mid lane, though. Maybe there's some action to be had there. Still, this top lane. Oh, hold on.
Ooh, the Abyssal Dive finds Beans. Beans chunked out and will go down. Pank left alone, but that's another kill for the Tahm Kench as we see WGFY picking up a kill onto iMain William with the help of Solozak in the mid lane. Alcalamity pathing up that way. But crucially, I do want to say that Alcalamity has picked up all the kills so far in the bot
Hard
lane.
steal.
It is going to be the hard
be-
steal, Tom Kench.
I thought I was cooking when I said, oh, there's no way he does that.
Whoa, big paranoia coming in from Jungle 101, just diving onto Solozak and Egoist, who are starting up the grubs, but the Abyssal dives, doesn't find anybody. Egoist is all out right now, but Jungle 101 did get consumed by Alcalamity, giving him a nice shield, but now the Singed is here. Solozak trying to get a little grub on his way out, but that'll go over to the Nocturne. Beans here to provide a little bit of support for Egoist, who gets the Q3 onto Alcalamity and the Lion, but the Super Mega Death Rocket taking Singe down really low. WGFY is here. Imain William low. The Lion low. Jungle 101 low. And Egoist picks up a kill onto Imain William. That is... I can't find my grub counters. That is all 3 grubs going over to Kent State, but Egoist wants more. He knows the 2 are in the bush. Doesn't get the line quite yet, but no. I think Jungle 101 will pick up the kill. Egoist getting a little bit in over his head.
Yeah, going to Ego off the back of that grub fight, and unfortunately Miami not being able to find any one of those. It looks like Solozak, right before he died, tried to turn his attention and try and burst one down. Wasn't going to be that fortunate, however, and that is all 3 for Kent State. So a big boon to any kind of split push. The Orianna obviously going to like that. But yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, you want to be in a stronger position. I think that Egoist did so much work in that fight. Hank going to be forced to flash to dodge the Abyssal dive.
Abyssal dive.
Yeah.
That is correct. But we do see a 1.4k gold lead over Beans for Alcalamity. It means a 9-minute heart steal. So Alcalamity will be looking to stack that up, empowering his autos just a little bit. But like I mentioned earlier, as that heart steal increases, so will Alcalamity's size, and so will the Tongue Lash range.
You know, and it might actually happen. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I said, the last thing you might see is the Tom Kench with the 700 gold bounty, and I'm hoping that's not the case, folks. I really am, but sometimes these things are out of your control, and I really don't want that dude to knock me up.
Imain William getting engaged upon by WGFY and Solozak again. Jungle 101 using the paranoia to try to buy a little bit of time, but Solozak is here bursting down both members of the team. That is 2 for the Redhawks, and Alcalamity is here. Strikecoon following up in just a little bit. Solozak doesn't have vision of Strikecoon, however, and is trying to fight this Alcalamity. Just swallows him up, spits him out, and donates a kill to himself. Alcalamity with the 6th kill. This is a big Tom Kench over here.
Is he watching the stream? Like, what's going on? They're intentionally feeding him. He is 6-2. He's going to be accumulating these heartsteel stacks, and Pang just watching this guy. The TK might as well just be doing more damage at this point. I feel like he might out-damage some of the members, not only of his own team, but of Miami as well. I mean, he is getting to raid boss levels very, very quickly, and just finished his support quest. Look at that.
So yeah, Tom Kench, most damage out of any of the Kent State members. But Devin,
yes,
just a little bit of flashback in league history. By like 2 years or so.
Okay.
The fasting Senna bot lane with Senna, Tom Kench. We have a fasting Sivir here in this game.
Yes. So the Sivir isn't necessarily going to be too upset this game set. I think Sivir is just kind of one of those champions that is willing to kind of be a little bit of an afterthought until the late game. As far, I mean.
Ooh, Beans caught out once again, forced to flash away from the paranoia and Abyssal dive from Alcalamity and Jungle 101. So Beans escaping with her life.
Yeah, and by no means is Miami in a absolutely terrible spot. I think they still have a pretty big lead on this change. It's going to be really beneficial for them. You can match some of the scaling of that Sivir, as well as the Akali is still in possession of a pretty significant gold lead herself, so no slouch there. Alcalamity, though, making his presence known on the map.
Yeah, 3 members of the Redhawks are going to find, 4 of them are going to find Alcalamity, so they're going to try to gun this Tom Kench down before he's able to get over the wall. They cancel the Abyssal dive, and they pick up a kill. Solozak getting one for the Redhawks as the Lion just continues to proxy Egoist's lane. But Peng already with the Yuntal arrows, getting those stacked up in early, 1.3k gold up on Strikecoon, who is just has the components for the Essence Reaver and is waiting to get the gold to complete that.
Yeah, and after that kill, actually, the gold is going to equalize. So Kent State and Miami pretty even in terms of the their pockets. But yeah, that was actually really big. Alcalamity getting caught out there in the river, and very smart by Miami to leverage their damage and make sure to wait for the Abyssal dive.
Beans going through the river all alone. Doesn't get caught out, thankfully, but Pank 1v1ing Strikecoon until Alcalamity-wise. Pank taking a lot of damage anyway, but look at where Soluzak is on the map. There are wards all over the top side of that jungle, but the Paranoia being dropped onto WGFY, who is forced to ult away and does get away as Beans is here to support Alcalamity walking up as well. You never want to see that catfish in the river. He can jump out at you at any time.
Yeah, he is just such a scary sight. Going to be walking through Miami's jungle with just so much confidence. Solozak going to be dodging that. And now it looks like Sivir just going to be hitting the plates, trying to farm up some more, close some of the gap that we see this Jinx having accumulated throughout these early stages of the game. Egoist, though, trying to look maybe for some more trades. He's going to have to be careful with how he plays using his ultimate. Definitely going to want to have that up if there's a potential gank, but maybe Alcalamity looking for a dive here.
Pank here all alone. The Abyssal Dive will find Pank. Alcalamity will take the tower turrets, uses the chompers to try to root Alcalamity up just a little bit, but he is walking away, has so much health, and doesn't die to the turret. Pank getting power dive, and they'll pick up, Kent State will pick up the turret on the back end of that fight. Egoist, meanwhile, still trading with the line, misses the Q3, doesn't knock him back into the Cassante, and they'll just continue on their little way, killing these minions.
Yes, and that is KSU reaping those 3 grubs that they accumulated at the very beginning of the game, being able to take the first tower, and that is a big goal going to their side. Now they're up to 1.9k.
And Devin, again with the vision, look at the red side jungle of Soluzak. There are wards on the Raptors, on the brush next to the tower. It's everywhere. They have full vision of Soluzak wherever he goes. But Soluzak is here. Oh my gosh, WGFY just getting deleted in the mid lane. But Soluzak is on the top side, trying to find something onto that Singe, but is unable to after the Singe pops the ghost and runs away. But WGFY getting taken down. Another kill for this now 7-3 Tom Kench as the Nocturne starts up this Rift Herald, and I don't think there's a way that the Redhawks can really match this at the moment.
No, it doesn't seem like it, and that was crucial timing, trying to find the counter gank there towards the top side. And look at Alcalamity just walking, knowing that he could just tank so much damage. The thick skin is going to provide him with even more shielding here, and Beans in a really awkward spot. Alcalamity flashing, trying to pick this up. Looks like it might be the end for Beans.
Beans with some nice tornadoes were able to cancel some of the abyssal dives from Tom Kench, but WGFY and Pank were able to provide so much damage. WGFY is just here on the back end of things, cleaning things up, but won't find the kill onto the Nocturne just yet. But Pank able to lay down a lot of damage onto Alcalamity during the duration of that fight. But I think Pank's going to need some nice armor shred here in this fight, or in this game rather.
Might pick up some additional gold here off of the tower, but I think what's important to note is that the Lion has been so good at kind of avoiding any kind of further aggression after those earlier plays, and might, as I say that, might actually be in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to try to waddle his way out once again, and like I said, look at him. He's just like that little fly.
Soluzak getting flipped, almost going under tower, trying to heal up just a little bit, but like you mentioned earlier, the Grievous Wounds builds into the kit of the Singed. Egoist will pick up the kill, but now Alcalamity is here. He sees 2 Heartsteel stacks if possible. We'll use the Abyssal Dive. Soluzak able to dodge that one. I don't know why Alcalamity didn't just walk up and try to auto, but Alcalamity roaming up and doesn't get either.
He smelled blood in the water, and he couldn't capitalize.
Alcalamity. The Abyssal Dive was a little bit questionable move there, but Egoist and Soluzak will be able to get out of there no problems.
Meanwhile, though, it looks like Kent State is just going to say, fine, we'll take the Dragon. Our TK wasn't able to pick up another 2 kills, but that isn't going to really deter us in any way. And that is more pressure, more on the map, and that is a Cloud Soul going to be on the menu for Kent State if they choose to continue their drag stacking.
Yeah, Alcalamity just trying to get some vision in here, but 4 members of the Redhawks find him once again. Strikecoon is in the area, but that Sivir is so frail, she does not want to step up. Soluzak killing the catfish once again.
Yeah, we're going to have catfish for dinner tonight. Look at him dead in there in the river in his natural environment. And William here sparring with WGFY in the bot lane.
And here comes the Paranoia. WGFY once again the target, uses the Shroud to go invisible and flashes over the wall as Nocturne follows WGFY in a bad position. Another kill for the Nocturne.
Yeah, the follow-up flash, making sure he was able to secure that kill. And William returning to the bot side, this time not accompanied by an Akali. And maybe Lion in a bit of a trouble. But every time I say that, he just does Singe things. So maybe I should stop saying it.
Yeah, I've seen this one before where Egoist tries to use the Q3, the line dodges it, then starts running circles around the Cassante. But Alcalamity and Jungle 101 up here. Egoist doesn't have vision of any of them. We'll just walk, away from his tower. Now Solozak is here, so has a little bit of reinforcement if they do want to fight. But that Singed is being such a nuisance as Alcalamity's still in the area, just hanging around.
Yeah, that is something that Egoist is going to have to keep in mind. If he even knows, I mean, this catfish has just kind of been everywhere. You have to assume that he's lurking at least somewhere.
Abyssal Dive onto Egoist, doesn't find either of them, but is able to get the Q3 on both. Uses the all-out to bring Alcalamity under tower range, but he's able to walk out of there. But Egoist picking up a kill onto the catfish. They want war. Pank is here, misses the Super Mega Death Rocket, but Egoist trying to get a double kill onto the Singe. He's just hanging out, running away for now, doing Singe things, but they'll donate the kill over to Pank. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, 3 members of Kent State taking down this mid turret. WGFY is here if he wants to dive in, but I don't think it'd be a wise move for the Akali to do so.
And that is an inner going to be taken in response. So really good play by Miami. Heads up play there towards the top side. But regardless, KSU still going to be reaping the benefits of Miami showing so much strength towards the top side of the map, picking up that mid inner tower. And that is always going to be a threat. That means that Miami is just going to have to be mindful, given the grubs have been kind of paying dividends for Kent State being able to quickly take some of these structures throughout the map when Miami shows in a different lane.
Yeah, Strikehoon silently scaling here as well. Matches Pank in CS so far and now has 2 items, the Essence Reaver and the Flicker Blades, of which is probably my favorite item on Sivir. Once you build up enough crit, you can pretty much boomerang blade perma. Flicker Blade is just a great item onto the Sivir, so we'll probably be looking for the Infinity Edge next for Strikehoon, as Pank maybe building a Bloodthirster here, as WGFY gets shockwave by the Orianna and forced to use the ultimate to escape once again. Alcalamity just kind of everywhere in this game so far.
Yeah, TK is just being a nuisance. And Imain William going to pick up another tower towards the top side. And every time we pan back to the Singe, I feel like it's just like he is rage bait personified. Like he is literally like, oh, I'm right here. Why don't you fully commit on me and use all your spells, and then I will a Nocturne will show up or a TK. And for Egoist, I think he's been playing this game quite well, trying to find more there. Isn't going to get Q3 land, but he is, he's 4-1-3, playing this Cassante to great effect. This is one of his best champions I've seen him pilot, but it just looks so hard at this point in the game with the drag stacking that we've already seen. KSU picking up 23 tower plates, utilizing those grubs, the Herald that they got, and it just seems like kind of them wringing out a towel for as much gold as they possibly can for an eventual team fight that they're hoping will go their way.
Yeah, it is a 2-item Gwen 21 minutes into this game, but as you're mentioning, the Redhawks are just kind of bleeding this map out. They have the Kent State Golden Eagles, I think they are, have 23 plates in this game, so a lot of gold going over to the team. But it feels like whenever the Redhawks find a fight, whenever they get a kill, it feels like there's more members of Kent State just gunning down a turret.
Yeah, and you're able to, as Kent State in the game state that you're in, kind of give some of those things on the map. Obviously, you don't want to get caught or get picked, but if you're going to do it, it's best to find something on the back end of it and punish the overextension. And now,
seems that Solozak is the target here. Both the Nocturne Ultimate Paranoia and the Abyssal Dive were used onto Solozak, but this Singed, oh my god, he's like a Formula 1 car just racing all over this jungle. Egoist is here though, flashing over the wall to kill the Nocturne as WGFY and Beans are on the bot side of your screen. WGFY forced to run away as Pank is taken down by Imain William, but Egoist is there trying to find a kill onto Imain William instead. But wow, you saw that Singed in that last fight just running all over there. It looked like he was a Formula 1 car.
Yeah, he hit Mach 9 in that team fight and was just able to apply so much damage with Leandri's, the slows, the CC, and he is just so annoying. I don't even know how you click on him. He was moving at the speed of light. It seemed like I could barely keep my eyes on him.
Yeah,
I like that is kind of the fantasy that you want on Singe. Like the fact that he popped his ghost, he popped his ultimate, and he was just schmoving.
Yeah, has the Swifties, gets the drift off of his passive as well, so just speeding up every time he passes by anyone on the map. Man, that was a speedy Singe right there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like the fantasy, the champion fantasy for like Darius or Pyke is like you get the execute and you kind of, you know,
you reset Penta.
Reset Penta. No, Singe just wants to zoom and he wants to apply his noxious, his toxic. That's an easier word. Gas to as many people as he possibly can, get the best application, and he did it right there in that team fight. And now KSU going for their third Drake. This will put him on Soul Point. They're able to pick this one up. Solozak in the area could look for a steal, but it could certainly spell their fate.
Solozak going in for the steal, doesn't find it. Jungle 101 is able to secure that, but we do see a TP coming in from Egoist. Is it in time? Well, that's from WGFY. Excuse me, Egoist was already in the area. But Kent State able to escape before anything more happens. But the Lion on the top side just pushing in that wave even more.
Yeah, it just looked like too little too late. Now they might be looking for a fight.
Yeah, Paranoia being dropped. The target looks to be Solozak. Oh my gosh, a huge shockwave finds 3 members of the Redhawks. Egoist and Solozak are the only remaining members, but they're just tearing this team apart as WGFY is running rampant over here with all the resets. The Abyssal Dive trying to get out, but WGFY takes the shuriken that he was holding on to. And wow, the Redhawks finding 3 kills on the back end of that fight, but Singe pushing in that top wave once more.
Yeah,
Solozak trying to find more, excuse me.
Sorry, we saw the pings kind of on the tail end for Miami go down on the Singe. Like, wait a minute, this guy's just pushing our top side. He watched his team kind of get wiped, but I mean, again, something that seemingly detrimental happens.
Hard steal to Solozak win this Tug Lash coming out, stuns up Solozak, but Egos is here as the protector for this Gwen. The Abyssal Dive to try and get away using the Tongue Lash to try to pick up a kill, but Solozak gets it. That's 1 for the Gwen.
Yeah, that is a big shift in gold. At least it's somewhat Miami trying to get back in a position where they can be even in some of these fights. And it does take a lot for them to kind of move mountains. We saw kind of the layering, the Cassante W, the true damage from Gwen, the 1,000 cuts, and the Akali to kind of cap things off. And that is what you need, is kind of a perfect storm in order to... But, I mean, we're seeing the scaling element of Miami's team comp. Like, they can play these team fights out if they get the right angle. But will that be enough? I mean, KSU, once they get this Cloud Drake, it seems like they've done a good job to do their due diligence in the early game and make sure that they're still going to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, so I totally lied about Pank's Vamp Scepter earlier, thinking that it was going to go for an early Bloodthirster. It was the Infinity Edge, and now is building up the Last Whisper.
So what is that Vamp Scepter for?
I think it's just for a little bit of sustain in these fights. However, Strykun did build these Executioner's Culling. Just a great item on Sivir with the Boomerang Blades. You can spread it around real quick, but it looks like the Paranoia is going to find some members of Miami University. The Abyssal Dive knocking up Pank, but the Redemption being used by Beans as Solozak tries to find a kill onto Jungle 101. But Pank getting consumed by Tom Kench once again. The heal from Beans as Pank tries to run away, but the Nocturne is here as well. Strykun picking up a kill onto the Gwen. Beans getting chased by the Nocturne and Tom Kench, but Beans so fast in this rift. WGFY using the ultimate to try to get out, but again, this Singe just chasing down the members of the Redhawks.
And now Sivir going to use that as an opportunity to push even further, but it looks like they are going to be backing up, probably looking for Baron. It looks like, yes, they are pathing towards that side of the map. Egoist and Beans only able to watch helplessly as they converge on the giant purple worm.
Yeah, it looks like Baron is going to be the call from Kent State here. But Strykun with the Infinity Edge has hit that 3-item power spike. And now that Sivir is going to start feeling real bad if you're a Redhawk. I mean, Boomerang Blades dealing 800, 700 hits an auto. Just an absolutely disgusting champion. I got a Quadra on Sivir the other day.
Yeah, this Tom Kench about to get a Quadra with the items that he has accumulated.
Low-key, I'd love to see that happen.
Yeah.
I love the Redhawks, but I do love funny things in League of Legends more.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we deserve this. We've did our time. You know, we've done our time at this point. We deserve to be able to laugh a little on our way out the door. And now we'll see if Al Calamity can deliver on the promise of the Thanos Kench.
Do you know any Singed voice lines?
Mix.
I actually don't know if I know any off the top of my head. I do know Tom Kench. I do know Tom Kench. It's time for us to gluttonize.
That's just me IRL.
Low key, that's
Yeah.
me. That's me when I go to the dining hall.
Oh, bro, just drop that he goes to the dining hall as a senior. Self-report.
Yeah, bro. I still got my meal plan. I love the dining hall. All you can eat buffet.
Ooh, can't do it. I used to have too many of the cookies, and the ice cream machine was never working. It's just like a McDonald's.
That's actually so real.
Yeah, but
No lies are told here.
yes, it is a shame. We do see more deep vision again still existing in quote unquote Miami's jungle, but no, this Alcalamity's making it look like it is belongs to him. And we do see the what is that item called? That the belt.
It doesn't matter as WGFY going on to iMain William as the paranoia is dropped to provide some little cover for the Kent State members. Silazak in with the 1,000 cuts onto Strikeun, but Strikeun just healed so much, I'm not sure how. Egoist and Beans Pank, WGFY still alive as Egoist is in the mix of everything. A nice abyssal dive tries to find some members of the Redhawks, but Beans uses the Monsoon to heal up some members. Pank on the back end, untouched, is able to lay down some autos as they pick up a kill onto Beans and WGFY. Pank, free firing still, is trying to get excited, but flashes forward aggressively, doesn't find it onto Strikeun as Egoist is left alone here. And that is going to be a cleanup for the members of Kent State, an ace for the Sivir, and probably some towers and objectives here on the back end.
Could be even more. It depends on how well they're able to push this wave. They already have a wave here, still have the Baron buff up, and pretty big respawn timers. I mean, Solzak will be up, so I don't know if they have exactly an opportunity to end. It might be a little tricky, but I don't know. This TK looking so scary, and that next is looking so edible for him. I mean, he still has room in his tummy for more and more.
Yeah, and the respawn timers for Miami are kind of desynced as well because of that elongated fight. So Ego is still 20 seconds until he's up, but it looks like the members of Kent State will just back off. And Elder, sorry, not Elder, but the Cloud Soul are the sites for...
It is basically
I still want to
Elder.
say the Golden Eagles. I'm not 100% sure.
It is basically Elder. The Cloud Soul soul too now. Sivir, definitely going to be a big fan of that one. Going to be speeding with that, making the Singe look like he is moving at probably the speed of, you know, at least an F-35.
It's the Golden Flashes for Kent State.
How are we supposed to guess that?
Why is it Golden
That's
Flashes?
almost as bad as the Akron Zips. Like, why'd you name yourself after a zipper?
Or the Eastern Michigan University Eagles. Just be the emus. Be the emus. Like,
Yeah, that would be sick.
be normal. You
Why
know?
can't, I mean, they need to get us in charge of the marketing for something. Like, I'm telling you, we would increase fundraising and brand recognition to a significant amount. And now Egoist is losing his life as we are talking about this.
Yeah, Abyssal Dive going to find Dolozak. So does the Paranoia, but Ego is just getting dunked down here. Even though he's a Cassante, he's not living too long. And there goes the Singe once again. The engine has been turned on. The lights have gone out. And Singe is running all over this team as the Oriana iMain William picking up a kill on to Pank. And there is only one member left for the Redhawks, and he is gone. Kent State will be taking this game 1-0.
31 minutes there for them to get the ball rolling, and that is all she wrote for the first game. Penn State looking pretty dominant. I mean, Miami fought pretty effectively in some of those scenarios, but it looked like it was all just a little superficial in a way. A lot of the good team fighting, the good mechanics that were on display came at the cost of tangible things on the map, gold, turrets, objectives, and Miami needs to realize when to cut their losses and really what they want to prioritize. But what is actually going to help them win this game in the long term? It is not going to be, 3 kills in return in a team fight while the Singe, while the Oriana, while the Sivir is allowed to roam to their own devices.
Yeah, I think, for most of that game, the Redhawks did look pretty good. I mean, most of the kills are going on to Al Calamity, which early game is not really a problem. But from there, they just, they're investing too much to try and kill Singed or one other member of the Golden Flashes. But then, one person was always left alive, or 4 members were always left alive to just push in the waves and collect objectives on the map. So the Redhawks were kind of bleeding in that mid to late game. But then they also really didn't try to stop the Sivir. I mean, I would have liked to see WGFY, going out of his way to try to pick up a kill onto the Sivir, who was just allowed to free farm. And I mean, a free farming Sivir It's bad news bears.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Sivert wants exactly that scenario, to be left as an afterthought, because this champ can come roaring back towards the late game and just be such a pain. Building those grievous wounds, going to have even better application than that singed.
Absolutely.
And it was kind of a nightmare. It just felt like team fight after team fight. It was just the ball was more and more in Kent State's court. So I definitely think Miami wanting to reevaluate their priorities, especially when it comes to those early game skirmishes, was a real shame they couldn't pick up any of those grubs. We mentioned that was going to be a focal point for them. Oriana being the beneficiary of a lot of early gold.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as that wasn't initially a problem, like Miami was still able to be competitive in a lot of these team fights. I think a lot of that was more so due to their composition rather than their proclivity for the game itself. I'm pulling out the vocab words. Hey, listen,
got to go out with a bang.
Rise up, Red Hawks in the chat, please.
I'm saying.
Let's do it.
I do want to mention too, in that middle of game, they kind of the Red Hawks kind of slipped on vision control. I mean, you saw multiple times where they had where the Golden Flash had 4 wards in near Solozak's blue buff or 4 wards near the red buff, and none of them really got cleared or nor control wards were really placed to try to counteract that. So the Golden Flashes just really had a lot of knowledge of where Solozak would be at all times and where Beans was roaming around to. So I think going into this next game, I would like to see a little bit more heads up plays when it comes to vision.
And that's pretty foundational. Like that's something that you need in order to be effective at any level of this game. Good vision is just kind of a pillar that is going to support you in every facet. Having more information, having the ability to make educated decisions, and knowing when Kent State is able to go for those counter punches. The Nocturne obviously makes it a little bit difficult to do a ton of predictions just because of the range that he has with the paranoia and everything else. But having some kind of information is always going to allow you to structure yourself in a way that doesn't allow you to get caught with your pants down, which we did kind of see, and TK did not hesitate.
Yeah, that Tom Kent got fed really early, but we'll see what the teams decide to do in game 2, how they prep for their draft. But we'll go to a quick little break. Don't go anywhere. It's the last match of ESC League of Legends for the Red Hawks. You don't want to miss it. And we are back for what could be our final game of League of Legends, which is kind of sad to say.
Yeah, I know it is unfortunate. So hopefully we go out with
a
a bang
bang.
and not a little fart. Because
What are they going to do? Fire us?
what are they gonna do?
We're unhinged. This
Yeah.
is League of Legends After Dark with Isaac and Devin.
Yes.
We do have a roster change I do want to mention from the side of Miami University. Polygon has been subbed in. Connor Polygon has been subbed in for the jungle. He is a jungle main, which moves Christian Solozak back to AD carry, and Pank is back doing whatever Pank does.
Justice for Pank.
So
I'm putting it out there, man. That guy he tried his hardest in the last game.
I agree.
He did not have the peel necessary.
So it will be Egoist, Polygon, WGFY, Solozak, and Beans for this last match.
And they have Cold Echo. I don't know why. Braum is also going to find the hammer. That makes more sense.
Stand behind Braum.
I don't want to see a Braum with like 7 kills, personally.
That was pretty good.
What's an Echo's? I thought you were cool. That's what Echo says when
Time
you
to turn back time. But Thresh, Shen, Braum, Echo, Rise, and Udyr being the bans. Udyr being probably Polygon's most played champion alongside Rek'Sai. Give me Rek'Sai. I know it's going to be Rek'Sai this game.
My God, bro, she's so bad.
Wait. Rek'Sai plus Yasuo? Give it to me. Xin Zhao is going to be the lock for Jungle 101. For the side of Kent State, however.
Name your first league crush.
Sivir.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, I thought you were being serious. Rift Herald. Sejuani being the lock. Maybe for Polygon. Maybe.
Uzi.
Vayne.
Vayne. Uzi.
I love Uzi. I love Vayne. One of my favorite champions. I've never seen Solozak play this. It could go to Egoist as well. Could get crazy. Wait.
Just broke my headset by doing
Lulu Vayne.
Wait, no.
Oh, wait, don't give me.
Wait,
give me a bard. Wait.
Oh. What's going on?
Oh, wait.
Bro,
what is this draft? Bard and Zillion being the pickups for the Golden Flashes.
Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like banana.
That's my Bard voice line for those of you at home. Cassio being the hover here.
Yeah, that would be an interesting pick.
Wait. If it is the Mbessa that goes over to Egoist, then Polygon's on the Sejuani and Solozak is on the Vayne. It'll be the Olaf.
Okay, Olaf locked at this point in the game. Could be kind of a flex, though, given that we know Egoist likes to pilot the Sejuani towards the top lane. And the Olaf can be kind of flexed around towards both those places.
Wait a second. You might be cooking. Or,
I'm like Zillion. I knew you would do that.
Olaf support, Vayne top still. Sejuani support,
nah.
Olaf jungle, Vayne top
I just
still.
get up and leave. I would just leave.
That's crazy.
I would just get up and leave.
Rumble being the band from Miami University. I don't know any Rumble voice lines. What are the
Super Mega Death Blaster?
As I say, that's a Super Galaxy Rumble voice line. Cassio being the band, one of the bands from the Golden Flashes, waiting for this next one to come in.
Do you know what he calls his mech?
No.
I think it's literally called Tristana. Because he's so down bad.
Dude, Rumble's so down bad.
Have I ever been that down bad?
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
Rumble, man. You gotta get help. Yasuo being the next band from Miami, and the last band of this rotation will be
Hasaki. You know why Yasuo?
Silas.
He never gets locked out of his apartment because he always has a key, bro.
Classic Night Blue 3 joke. Harking back to our discussion
20
earlier.
kills, Yasuo jungle, unheard of technology in bronze.
Shout out Liam O'Brien, the voice actor for Yasuo. Love me some Liam O'Brien. Also is Gaara in the Naruto series and the English voice acting.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. Leona is going to be the pick. So Miami getting their hands on some of their classics.
Give me Lulu.
No Lulu is not going to be the move tonight. If we are going out, it is going full send on the Leona.
This is
fight level 2.
This is a protect the president comp with the Sejuani with the Leona. They are going to try to keep Solozak alive as long as possible.
No.
But don't give me the dragon. Not in my last game. Don't give me... No.
Oh, that's straight to the heart, bro.
I think I've seen a smolder in every single one of my solo queue games for the last 2 weeks.
This is probably the worst thing that could ever happen.
And I never banned it either.
Like, who thought this was... Who greenlighted this? For our did they not know?
Mom.
Oh, my God. My mom works for Riot. She's going to ban you.
Oh, the rare smolder voice line. But the dragon being locked in, we'll have production Whoa. Well,
Oh,
okay.
wait, we got the
Yeah.
stacking though.
So we'll need production to help us keep track of Smolder stacks and NASA stacks throughout this game. But the Golden Flashes playing for late.
Yes, they are. So that's going to be 2 stacking champions as well, or 3 actually, if you count the Bard. The Zillion
With the
time,
chimes. Yeah.
the time in a bottle, going to be accelerating some of the levels for those champions as well. And the
Wait,
Bard.
Kent State low key playing Avengers Endgame right now. Actually, their comp is just Endgame. Whoa, Vladimir being the lock in for
okay.
WGFY.
But there isn't a lack of scaling, it seems, on Miami as well. Vladimir, one of the best
No.
scaling champions in the entire video game, is going to be the pick here. And yeah, I assume that would be probably heading towards the mid lane. So gonna have a pretty easy time. I don't think the Zillion is going to be too much of a threat, but who knows? He can. I know this guy named Danny, and all he plays is Zillion. That's it. And he is kind of a menace in solo queue.
Who's better, Zillion? I mean William or Bjergsen?
That's a tough one, boss. I don't know if I can. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see after this game. I mean, Miami isn't trading here, so maybe Beans is going with the Vladimir support. It could be the maneuver.
I think it might just be a client bug because we do see Nasus in the support role as well for Kent
No,
State.
they're all going for something a little bit unorthodox.
Oh, hidden tech that us casters, or at least I, don't know about just yet. But no, there they are.
Yeah, there they go.
But this game might be going the distance with the Vayne, the Vladimir, the Smolder, and the Nasus.
Bro, I just work here. I'm trying to clock out.
I got an exam tomorrow. I got to study for. I won't lie.
Miami, please just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Bro, that's our school.
No.
That's our friends on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, okay, we gotta lock in here. I think Miami has drafted a really solid comp. They get a lot of value from the Sejuani passive. They have enough melees to make it a meaningful thing, and then we will see Egoist once again on his straight up full adrenaline Red Bull Olaf, just running straight into the enemy backline. Going to be ignoring that. The Wither is super annoying though. That is something to be of note in the laning phase before Olaf has access to that level 6. Gonna kind of prevent some of that all-in potential. The thing is though, the matchup into the Nasus, what Nasus wants to do is just not talk to you at all until he has enough tags to just beat you in a 1v1.
He just wants to queue the minions.
But Olaf, all he does is want to scrap. So that is going to be a little bit of an interesting pairing. Again, my eyes are a little bit on the mid lane to see how the Vladimir decides how he fares. The Vayne is definitely an interesting pickup, just given that it is going to be really good at pretty much all stages of the game. If the Wither though is going to be quite an issue. That is, I think, the worst CC in the game, especially for an ADC player.
I agree.
Just outside of like something like a Malphite ult, that is just, it makes it so difficult to really do anything. And yeah, I mean, but Miami does have more of that engaged this time, a lot more of it. So maybe they identified that as something they were lacking the previous game.
Yeah, I think whenever I see a Smolder 2, the name of the game is always just how many times can you kill the dragon before 20 minutes hits. You don't want to leave that dragon alone to stack up because of the dragon's patience passive that Smolder has. Of course, the breakpoints being 25, then 125, then 225. Smolder 225 late game. It is almost impossible to beat unless you have a Camille Gallio comp. Shout out to the last. That was the final game of last year's season.
You're talking about. Like,
wait, we've seen Smolder in the last game of the season 2 years in a row.
You're talking about my ex right now.
That is
literally
true.
Like you can't bring that up because that. I mean, listen. That it's gonna be hard.
That game came down to the wire.
I know that was
a crazy game.
Was that also against Kent State?
That was against Northeastern.
No, wait. For the championship?
No. I don't remember who it was.
I don't know, but they were playing Smolder, and we had some crazy pick over the wall. Shout out Final Boss of Ohio.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
And who was it?
Quaker? Yeah, it would have been Quaker on the Gallio.
Yeah, man.
Hope those guys are doing well. But yeah, this Smolder, if it's allowed to, kind of like the Sivir last game, if it's allowed to just stay in lane and poke and farm and do whatever, that Smolder becomes a problem really late into the game. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Strikehoon take cleanse, especially laning into a Leona and a Sejuani.
Yeah.
With the threat in the jungle. But yeah, I think both teams kind of have this protect the president comp, and both teams just really want to scale. I am interested, however, for the Vayne build.
Yes.
There is a couple of builds going around. Of course, you have your typical you have your typical on hit with like the Ginsus, the Bork,
I've seen Dusk and Dawn now
Dusk and
recently, too.
Dawn, Hexplate. However, I have seen Christian Solozak Tarzia liking some posts on Instagram Reels
Oh no.
about the crit / lethality vein.
Okay. What? Please
It's
tell
a
me
crazy build.
what is that?
It is a gross build. I can't remember the items off the top of my head. I think opportunity is one of them.
Oh
But you can
no.
like two shot like
Okay.
champions like Smolder and Zillion.
We do need that though, just because of the wither. Like the traditional on hit is something that is kind of destroyed by something like a wither, because even when Vayne is doing Vayne things and is like becoming
Wither's tough here.
invisible, like it's, as long as he's able to hit W once on you, you just can't play the game.
You get a lot of value off of with the Wither on Olaf or Vayne, you know, the two big carries. But we will see what happens as we jump onto the Rift for what could be the last game of the ESC regular season.
Look at Carria's Bard skin. Look at him. He's holding the World's Trophy.
Yeah,
So cool.
Calamity probably up there with Carria in terms of skill. Does
I don't know
take
if
the
we can go
electric too. I
that
don't know if we
far.
can go that far either. Carria's different, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, Egos on the Olaf, finding a nice little undertow early. I think the game's kind of won from there.
Yeah, using the best Nash's skin, unfortunately, though, is the Lion. He's using Archduke Nasus. And that is the ones that all, like, the crazy tryhards in solo queue that play Nasus all the time and just, like, come out of lane with crazy amounts of stacks. Oh, hold on.
Calamity and Strikecoon hiding in the bush.
Literal chills, bro. One auto.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, Beans finding a nice Zenith Blade onto Calamity, who's chunked to about a third of the HP chunked out there, but Solozak taking some autos on the end as well, chunked to half. Solozak playing that against the wall too, what you really don't want to do when fighting a Bard.
Yeah, you never really want to position. I mean, neither one of these ADCs is going to want to position near a wall, though. The Vayne Condemn.
Big electrocute. Yeah, the Condemn.
Yes, is always going to be something you have to keep in mind. And,
Beans finding another Zenith Blade onto Calamity, but gets ignited and forced to flash. Beans hit by the Achu is the ability name.
It's just
for
so
that.
cringe, man.
Yeah, Beans taken down low, but not getting first blooded just yet. Solozak and Beans are kind of outranged in this matchup, so they will be taking heavy poke.
Yeah, Vayne traditionally is one of those ADCs that really suffers from a lack of range. And yeah, Solozak still taking more and more poke as we say it. And Zenzao is clearing up his Raptors to see if he decides to punish the extension that we're seeing in the mid lane. It looks like WGFY is going quite aggressive, pushing the Zillion into his own tower.
Yeah, it'll just be really tough for Solozak and Beans here in this bot lane to really do anything, but we do see some trading in the mid lane as Olaf as well, getting some, doesn't lay a ward down, but getting tricky with it. As we do see Polygon is here early. Calamity and Strikecoon don't have any vision as Beans finds a nice Zenith Blade onto Calamity. Solozak is low, so he can't really get into the fight, but he flashes forward. Beans gets the kill as well. Solozak trying to find one and does. That is 2 kills for the Redhawks. Polygon, nice gank, man.
Yeah, definitely going to want to have that attention early on. Getting this Smolder, like you said, how many times can you kill the dragon is going to be crucial. Egoist, again, playing into this Olaf, or playing into this Nasus, rather, is not a super fun experience. Undertow going to land there. Not going to find the auto in response, picking up the Q. Oh. Ooh, there it is.
Egoist with some nice trades. Do want to mention that Strikecoon still has the flash up, but did burn the cleanse. On the flip side, Solozak burned the flash, but does have the cleanse.
And we'll see now. Calamity, along with Jungle 101, is here looking to make a play on Egoist.
Oh, they're going for a magical journey, and the Egoist is the target. Calamity picks one up for the golden flash. Is not where you want the kill to go. A little bit of copium in there. But Nasus allowed to free farm just a little bit as WGFY finds some nice trades with William. A nice little empowered Q will heal him up just a little bit.
Yeah, and WGFY is going to be kind of a person I want to keep my eye on. Going to stop the back there because if he's able to kind of roam. Though, hold on, maybe I spoke too soon.
Ooh, WGFY kind of staying a little bit too long, forced to use the ghost. And he's out of there, man. Never worried for a second.
Yeah, so is going to dodge some of the aggression on that side. But yeah, like I was saying, if this Vladimir is able to have any kind of agency in this game, he's able to get some items online. He can just be such a nuisance.
Bard is still here in the top side of the map. So Strikecoon just here left alone in the bot lane. But, I mean, still has a lead up, a little bit of CS lead over Solozak. Solozak does have a little bit more gold because of the early skirmish. But Alcalamity coming back to lane. Strikecoon was never in fear.
Speaking of CS leads, Miami's jungle and mid lane both accumulating a pretty healthy CS lead off the bat. Strikecoon now with the first empowered part of the Smolder queue. They're going to kind of accelerate some of their stacking.
Oh, but they're fighting more here in the bot lane. Solozak getting some autos onto Strikecoon, but doesn't get the third of the Silver Bolts.
Why did that hurt so much already?
Smolder's a disgusting champion. I mean, does have the longsword and the ability to scale up with the number of stacks, and already has, it's either 37 or 57.
It's 37, I think.
It's kind of far away from us.
Yep, 37 stacks.
But yeah, Smolder dealing, I mean, has a deceptively strong early game, I won't lie.
Yeah, I mean, when is this champion week? That's my question. So, yeah, first dragon going to be taken by Miami, knowing, this might going to be a little questionable there. The Zenith Blade going to go wide.
Polygon getting the nice charge onto Alcalamity, who gets chunked out a little bit, but William is there with the revive if needed. Smolder, however, still just able to farm up here, has 40 stacks now. Oh man, I don't like this.
Yeah, now Nasus as well, stacking in the top lane, 63 stacks, not too shabby, especially into an Olaf where there is going to be a little bit of pressure. But again, I feel like Nasus is kind of annoying. Once he gets, if you don't really punish him super early, I mean, he doesn't scale quite as well. I'd even say that I think a Vladimir scales better than a Nasus does, as much as that might be a hot take. I think Nasus kind of falls off in terms of what he wants to do. But it is going to be such an annoying thing to deal with, especially if he's just running at you. Power Q and the Wither is always a factor in these fights. So we'll see how Miami can navigate that. We do see now the Ragnarok being popped.
Yeah, Egoist just running down this Nasus, uses the Ragnarok, the ultimate, but WGFY in the mid lane taken down low, was ignited, but heals off of that ultimate ability. WGFY staying alive for now. Egoist did hold on to the Ghost. We kind of mentioned vision play earlier on into the game. Egoist has a nice, it just expired. He had a ward on the blue buff of Jungle 101, who is pathing up towards Egoist at the moment. The Nasus is low, but Egoist still with double sums up, forced to use both of them to try and escape. Egoist taken down really low. He's zooming out of there, and he lives. Polygon around in the area, but Egoist able to get out.
Yeah, Egoist using the Ghost there, kind of looking similar to his mid laner.
And sorry, excuse me, my bad, Devin.
No. Yeah. Were you gawking at the Smolder damage there?
I thought they were going to go all in. I won't lie. I was really prepared to just enter a flow state. I won't lie.
Yeah, I know. Polygon gonna find some more damage in return, trying to catch this wave here and freeze it. Make sure that the wave is not in an absolute disaster state. And yeah, Miami going to be thankful that they did pick up that early dragon. The Void Grub's also going to be on the menu at some point. But right now, I mean, the stacking is just happening. There hasn't been enough action to really feel super safe as a Redhawks fan, knowing that these stacks are just going to be going up and up as the time clicks by. Polygon going to take one grub and the stun.
Ooh, Zenith Blade from Beans does find Jungle 101, who uses the Crescent Guard to knock some members away, but WGFY is here with the Empowered Q, just deletes Xin Zhao from the map. Egoist chasing down the Nasus once again, but WGFY trying to get some damage onto William and Alcalamity. Beans using the Zenith Blade onto Alcalamity, uses the Solar Flare as well, but there's no backup from the rest of the Redhawks. Beans might have just donated her life to the side of the Golden Flashes, where Alcalamity steals the kill away from the Lion.
Yeah, so massive is the fact that he wasn't able to pick up that bonk right then and there.
Ooh, Alcalamity finding Polygon, who dashed over the wall after taking one of the grubs, but Egoist is here in hiding. They're both on vision, however, so the Golden Flashes see him. Polygon, you just need to get out of there, man. Alcalamity uses the Magical Journey to go forward and uses the Q to take down. That is 3 kills for the Bard. All 3 kills for the Golden Flashes on this Bard.
Yeah, so kind of reminiscent of last game. No stranger to being the benefactor of a lot of this gold on KSU. and maybe not as scary as it would be on a TK, but Bard picking up some kills never going to be the worst thing, especially given that it really is the stacks that you will be focused on when you are playing out this composition. Now Calamity now back again, maybe looking to cause some more mischief, is going to be sitting pretty here, still in the area.
Yeah, WGFY building a nice lead up here in this game too. 600 gold up, has a 57 gold bounty. I mean, even Solozak on the vein is getting a nice lead, but you know, we know what happens with Smolder once it comes to like 20 minutes. Then it's kind of.
Have you ever seen? I'm sure you've seen it, but maybe for some of our audience this will land. And you know, my mom is watching, I think, so it probably won't land with her.
Shout out, Mom of TheDoc.
Shout
We
out,
love you.
Yeah, shout out, Mom, love you. You ever seen that meme where it's like the rabbit pointing at the clock?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I feel like right now. That's what I'm trying to convey to our Red Hawks here. That you are, yeah, you are on a ticking timer, and we need to get some action here, or like a 1K gold lead is not going to cut it.
Prod might be able to get us on cam here. I'm doing the thing behind the camera. We'll see if they want to pop us out. But Egoist still trading up here with Nasus in the top lane. You know this one, audience at home?
Yeah.
It's this one. It's the rabbit doing this.
Yeah.
But Egoist and Nasus just still trading away. This lane is kind of a snooze fest. I mean, that's kind of what you get when you're playing against a Nasus who, you know, he's just like an old man in the countryside. All he wants to do is farm. But
Yes.
Polygon is here. Does have the Glacial Prison if he wants to throw it out. But wow, Nasus forced to use the Ghost and the Flash. The Lion taking the worst half of the trade there.
Yeah, maybe Miami finding their stride a little bit here. Gonna try and start another Dragon off. And it looks like they're going to have a good timer because Jungle 101 is going to be in his top side, not going to be able to contest this in the slightest. And the Dragon giving them a little bit of late game insurance if they're able to get closer and closer to some. Miami definitely going to be happy to pick that one up. I want to get a smaller stack check here, though, because I'm curious to see where he's sitting at this point in the game. Now 11:40 in. See if Prod can get us shifted over to there at some point.
Yeah, because they did see Polygon taking the Dragon as well, it gave Jungle 101 on the Xin Zhao full agency to just kind of invade the top side of Polygon's jungle. However, I don't think any of the camps were up. So all I did was get a little bit of information of where Polygon, you know, was not, but they already knew that. Nasus over here at, was that 123 stacks so far in this game. But we have a little bit of a fight on the bot side of the map. Strikehoon flashing forward after Solozak was already dead. Polygon is here, but they don't really have the damage to do anything to the Smolder.
And guess who got the shutdown and the kill?
It's the Bard again.
You'll never guess. But now Jungle 101 back again, making his presence known towards this top lane. Egoist still has the Ragnarok, but pops it a little bit too late. Yeah.
Yeah, Egoist did have the Ghost, used it immediately, held onto the Flash, held onto the Flash just a little bit too long. Didn't use it, so Egoist will go down. But man, this Bard 4-1, that's a scully Bard.
Yeah, but I mean, something to note here is I think
93 on the Smolder, it looks like.
Yeah, you want to slow this game down. I mean, a little bit. As much as weird as that is to say, look at the advantage to be simulated.
Solar Flare onto Strikehoon, uses the cleanse to get out of there, but Beans takes a lot in retaliation. Solozak, however, pops the ultimate and will pick up a kill onto Strikehoon. Was that 600 plus gold I saw for Solozak based on that kill? Wow. Essence Reaper built for Strikehoon.
Yeah, Strikehoon going to have that now is going to be so annoying with further accelerating his ability to get these stacks, but is going to fall in that engagement there. Oh, Calamity really denying a bit of gold from his Smolder in some of these fights. But I was going to say, WGFY, just solo in the lane, has accumulated a 1.5k gold lead laning into the Smolder. Like I said, the Zilean really doesn't have a lot of the offensive power from a traditional mid laner.
Oh, here comes the Bard and the Xin Zhao. WGFY able to use the pool and just drops out of there.
I love the pool, man.
I hate that Vladimir champion, man.
Look at him. Zilean laughing though, on his merry way. Gonna hit the double time bomb onto the wave. But yeah, like I said, a WGFY is just going to be sitting pretty laning into something like a Zilean. Zilean more of like a utility pick, offers a lot in terms of his arrive, especially into this comp. Gonna use that, I imagine, on the Smolder a lot towards the late game, which is kind of a built-in Guardian Angel.
Yeah, Solozak alone in the bot lane as Beans on the Leona trying to get some vision up here before the Rift Herald spawns in about 30 seconds. But Polygon showing a
We are currently. Oh, we're back.
Oh, we're back. Oh my gosh, there was a Bard ultimate onto both Solozak and Polygon as Strikehoon barely gets the kill on to Solozak as Polygon picks up one in retaliation.
Yes. So Polygon was able to get the kill there, which is very notable. But yeah, I think that was done before Leona was in the area. So that was a 2v2, straight up 2v2 with the jungle. But yeah, I mean, the Smolder already doing lots of damage.
The Herald is up, and Jungle 101 is on the bot side of the map with Alcalamity.
Yes.
This just feels like a wrong play.
Yeah, it seems like he's been in kind of wrong place, wrong time for most of the big objectives on this map.
Oh, I think they're setting a trap for Solozak. This could be bad.
See.
Solozak gets caught out by the Magical Journey surprise from Bard and Jungle 101. Man, he walked right into that one, but he didn't see it coming.
Yeah, so they will get the Rift Herald, but they will pay for it in blood. Wait, guys,
pick it up!
Guys,
pick it up! Pick it! No, we've done this before. Pick it up! Pick it up! Pick it up! Pick it up! Pick it up!
Away from the.
Oh no!
Hey, shout out! They're really giving us a show for our last game, and you know we appreciate it. And now Undertow going to be Undertow. Sorry, that Rift Herald eye is gone now, isn't it?
You can change the jungler, but the idea stays the same.
You know what? That's perfect. It's like a little cherry on top here. They did that out of respect for their casters here. Egoist now is just going to fall to Alcalamity. You'd have to think. Hold on.
Wait, he's healing up. Egoist. Ooh, Alcalamity with the nice Q. Man, Alcalamity's strong. What a champion, dude. Electrocute's broken. Use the Ignite, cut the healing from
I'm gonna cry.
Egoist as well.
What is this, bro? Oh,
Jungle
no.
101 cut out by Beans, who uses the Zenith Blade to stun him up, uses the Solar Flare as well. Solozak picking up a kill. Strikehoon out of position, condemned to bring him back, and Solozak gets a double kill. It's cinema. We're still in this
back.
one. We are so back.
My heart rate can't take this, man. They are trying to just constrain my arteries. This is not good. Alcalamity making a return. And this Bard, man, look at his build, man. He's going for the WhatsApp Bard build.
Who wins in a 1v1, Alcalamity or Solozak at this stage in the game?
I don't know. 6-1 and 2 looking pretty intimidating. At a 1.4k gold lead on Beans. That is something notable, but another dragon.
Yeah, shout out the dragon. One of those objectives that you don't have to remember to pick up the buff for.
We did just see a 1 HP smite.
Yes.
We've been getting way too familiar with that. Yeah.
I do want to mention, though, the dragon stacking from the Redhawks has been pretty good this game so far. All three going over their way. It is a Hex Tech Soul. This game, not really the best soul in the world. Obviously, Cloud is the best if you are a knower.
Yeah, Cloud is the best. It is true.
But that next Drake will be coming in about 4.5 minutes as Baron is up in about 2. Egoist getting withered. That's the power of the Nasus that we've talked about earlier. However, Nasus doesn't have any of that Grievous Wisp. Oh my gosh, Jungle 101 over the wall. That was a lot of attacks that I just saw it happen in 3 seconds. My mind just kind of broke there, I won't lie.
Curry from the 3-point line. And he hops the wall, is able to pick up that kill. And Egoist falling there is crucial. It looks like that will spell the end for that turret. Yes, Nasus picking that one up off the back of that play. Now at a 1k gold lead. 0-4-0 for Egoist. Kind of not finding his stride on this top side of the map.
Oh, WGFY barely dodging. The wind becomes lightning from Jungle 101. WGFY able to run out of there. Nasus kind of coming down as well. You kind of mentioned that gold lead, though, Devin. Do want to mention all of the gold for the Golden Flashes is on that Bard.
Well,
Bard
and the Nasus.
And the Nasus a little bit. But WGFY has almost a 3k gold lead up on this Zillion, who's at this point in the game, really just a revive tool.
Yeah, we haven't had a team fight.
Yeah, and Solozak has 1.3k gold up on Strikehoon. Does have the Bork finish, the Blade of the Ruined King Viego sword, of course.
My love. My heart.
I've never played
so
Viego.
much.
I don't know.
I
got
played
Viego once in ARAM.
Shout out another friend of mine who is currently playing for my home team.
Shout out.
He is playing for the University of Colorado Buffaloes esports program, and he can do the Viego lines really well.
Producers, if possible, I would like a stat check on Strikehoon on the Smolder. How many stacks? I think it's 162, but I can't really see. Polygon using the Glacial Prism will lock up the Nasus, and Egoist and Polygon just doing no damage to this Nasus after using the ultimate, and Polygon will die in return. Egoist using the Ragnarok, but this Q is doing so much damage and they don't have any heal cut. Oh my gosh, that is Nasus, ladies and gentlemen. Trinity Force, Lucidity Boots, Nasus, right there.
I've seen enough. He's got that dog in him. And yes, that is the Archduke Nasus coming to play and is now just going to clear this wave. And meanwhile...
Oh, Solozak getting a nice kill onto Strykun. However, 3 members of the Golden Flash is taking down this bot side tier 2. Now, Solozak just kind of farming more, but does have the Ginsus completed. One of my pet peeves when people call it Gwinsus. It is Ginsus.
Yeah, I know. Who does that? That is just wrong.
British YouTubers that I watch, bro.
Why are you watching British YouTubers?
Because it's like the 3-minute guide.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. See, I'm
Here's
like...
how to play Vayne 80... Reasons he... Wait, what's the line?
I don't know.
Here's why you should play Vayne 80 carry.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's like
wait.
The short form content.
W impression.
Yeah. And Vayne did receive...
our producer just did it in our ears.
He said, "Caught this jungle."
Dude, shout out Linkling. I love that guy.
Yeah, we're really getting we're shouting at everyone tonight. May as well.
Hey, shout out James Reach 42 Davis. Shout out Zach Ice Robertson.
Wait. Zach Ice Robertson definitely having an aneurysm after he saw them not pick up.
He's mad.
He is definitely fuming, ladies and gentlemen. That will be something that is revisited later tonight.
Taking a look at the gold here, we do see that the Golden Flashes have just kind of swung it in their lead with a nice series of plays. I think that double kill on the Nasus helped just a little bit. Let's see how much damage that Nasus has done.
Oh my god.
Not as much as Egoist. Oh my gosh.
He's 0. I think Egoist is, 0-5-0.
Wait, producers, if we could get another meme of us, it's the confused monkey meme.
Oh.
As we see WGFY getting chased down by the Nasus, but Polygon is here. Drops the Glacial Prison, but I don't know if they have any heal cup. WGFY does, but it is not enough. Nasus is just here healing up, but there goes Mom. Mom healing up the Smolder just a little bit. I've lost sight of Solozak, but he is just autoing down. Jungle 101, dodging everything, but Strykun on the back end is getting low. That's a double kill for Solozak as Alcalamity takes the magical journey over the wall. Beans trying to find more. That Nasus still low, but Solozak with the Blade of the Rude King, Ginsus, and Sheen doing damage as Egoist split pushes.
This is how I'm useful as a top laner when I'm 0-5. But this is Soul. That off the back of that fight, Egoist playing it well along with Beans, kind of playing on the awkward side of that fight into their lane opponents. And that is all they needed in order to secure this Hextech Soul. So that is a big boon to their team fighting ability. That Nasus looking very scary, though.
Oh, Egoist finds a Bard in the jungle, but there's the Nasus. Run away, Egoist. You can get out of there. The Wither is dropped down. Egoist doesn't get stunned. Uses the Blast Cone. Is able to get out of the way. Wait, Alcalamity does have the magical journey. Uses the Chemtech Soul to slow. Beans. Just scaring everyone off.
The Wither. It just lasts
scary,
so
man.
long, man.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is scary. And the Hextech Slow it kind of pales in comparison. And that's why I feel like, man, when you have a Nasus in the game, you just have a Hextech Soul, essentially. So, yeah, I'm in William here, WGFY, to meet him. That lightning strike going to find. And then this is, Grievous is going to be picked up. We see it now on the
Vladimir. Yeah, WGFY had it in that last fight, which was kind of one of the ways, the keys to victory in that last fight for them that allowed them to pick up Soul. So nice buy from WGFY before that last. Yeah, he did have it in that last fight.
Okay, so that was Nasus with Grievous applied.
Yeah, still healing up.
Yeah,
gross champion.
Yes, gross, bad, evil knight. Yeah, but WGFY, big pickup in order to be somewhat effective.
WGFY still with a 2.5K gold lead. Solozak up to, what is this? Sheen, Blasting Wand? Is that a Dusk and Dawn? Whoa.
I believe so, yeah. I don't see what else it could be. So that is a crazy item. And so it allows you to apply your on-hit effect twice. Wait, how does it work?
I believe it is after, basically Sheen auto is just empowered. So after you use an ability, your next damage deals more.
And you are able to apply your on-hit twice when you do that?
Yes.
So that is insane.
2 silver bolts.
Yeah, so that
is
insane.
Wait, with Ginsu's, is that just 3 silver bolts every single time? Because a fully stacked Ginsu's also does that effect.
It might just be. I really don't know. I guess we'll have to watch the Vayne and find out. It looks like
Yeah,
no.
I think after the Q, fully stacked Ginsu's, because it just deleted that one caster minion.
I guess we'll find out. Maybe we will see it happen if we're fortunate enough to this Smolder.
It is important to note, too, that this Smolder is approaching that breaking point, 218 stacks. 225 is the number, but man, Nasus almost 500 stacks, though. Ooh.
Yeah, that is something to be wary of. And he has the Thorn Mail now, or at least a component, the Bramble Vest, in order to kind of stop some of the Vayne peppering him with auto attacks. But it is Vayne at the end of the day, so we'll still be doing quite a bit of damage. If it was any other ADC, I it would be a little grim. But yeah, Vayne's still going to have some relevancy throughout this game. And the Olaf, or not the Olaf, the Vladimir, like I said, is still going to be a bit of a threat. But yeah, that 225, once that's hit, if the Smolder can just kind of play back in these fights and allow his beefy carries to get Miami low enough, it kind of can dispel disaster.
We have a fight breaking out here in the jungle. Smolder has hit that breaking point, and Beans will just go down using the Solar Flare to peel the team a little bit, but they're going on a magical journey. But Solozak dealing so much damage. A nice Tempered Fate will lock the two of them up, as the Glacial Prison will get Al Calamity. Strikecoon still is in the area, but WGFY is here as well. He is ghosting through this fight. Smolder is the target. Solozak picks up a kill onto Jungle 101. WGFY and Ego is taking down the Smolder. They might find a key in this game. Solozak still autoing down this Nasus. That is a triple kill for what was the 0-6 Olaf? What a champion.
Yes, and William hightailing it out of there as the Zillion was not able to. Did he get his ult off on anyone?
No, he still has it.
He still has it. The Smolder looking from a gray screen as the Zillion runs away from the fight, and that is the Baron. Surely for Miami, a huge swing there.
And Beans is up as well, so Beans will get this Baron buff too. But yeah, if I'm Strikecoon right now, I'm tabbing and I'm clicking on Zillion R the entire time.
Classic. The Zillion not able to make his presence known in that team fight. And
-1.
Beans,
Miss the cannon.
Beans, that's not the first time I've seen Beans do this in this game.
Did Beans just miss every single
minion? Did Beans just throw the game?
I think Beans
on
just
stream?
missed every single minion right there. That
I
was
think
crazy.
we need to talk about that. But anyway, no, we saw Olaf kind of be the saving grace. That fight looked a little doomed. Even the overextension by KSU was going to go unpunished. But the Olaf coming flying through, getting onto the back line with the Ragnarok. That is why he's so good into team comps like this, is he can just kind of ignore a lot of the CC and the beefy front line and just dive full send.
Jungle 101 caught out as well. We'll just go down here as Beans and Solozak are here with Egoist, but there goes Mom. Solozak avoiding it, but Beans just kind of taking the front of the damage. Drops the Solar Flare to try and stun up. Strikecoon doesn't find it, but Polygon and WGFY are here as Elder, I believe, is spawning soon.
Yeah, that is pretty precarious. You don't want to be getting caught before these big objective timers.
Ooh, WGFY getting stunned by Al Calamity. No follow-up. Ooh, it's getting kind of dicey here. I think the Elder Dragon will spell the game out here. I mean, that's kind of just one of those win now buffs. Beans will be up in time for it. But WGFY, with the Ghost and the Phase Rush, I think with the ultimate ability, might just be able to pop Strikecoon.
Could be.
Just kind of what happened in the last fight.
Could be. That's definitely something that Strikecoon has to play around. Maybe his Zillion will have his back this time. And yeah, I mean, but I will say, you did say the Elder is pretty crazy, but the problem is without Baron, if they're Baron, which it will expire here in a moment, it really does. Smolder still can delete waves relatively easily, so it isn't exactly 100% guaranteed that they can win unless they get a wipe.
Elder is now up. A fight is going to seal this game. I believe Beans missing the Zenith Blade. Egoist did teleport down all the way to the bot lane. Is spotted out on Vision. This next fight is going to determine who gets the Elder Dragon. I almost said Baron. That's not right. Al Calamity uses the magical journey over the wall. But Beans is diving into everyone, followed up by Polygon. A nice Temper Fate gets 3 members of the Redhawks, though. The Solar Flare might be down, but a nice Glacial Prison finds Jungle 101. But Smolder is just doing Smolder things as WGFY heals off of the red buff. Ego is taken down by the Smolder. Solozak on the back end. Al Calamity is there trying to heal up with the Blade of the Ruin King. Flashes forward. Al Calamity getting taken down. There are still 3 members of the Redhawks here. It's WGFY, Polygon, and Vayne, the Solozak. But Strikecoon, William, and Nasus are up still checking. Zillion does not have ult for 8 seconds. Did just recall. but they're not going to push any further.
And it looks like Miami, knowing that they have the jungle advantage, is going to turn their sights to this Elder. It is kind of an awkward time to do this, but we do see a TP coming in. I made William having returned, and now
WGFY trying to find a kill onto this Nasus, but will just get executed by the built-in Elder from Smolder.
Now they can look. We'll see if they can finish this in time.
The Drake is down to 2K. It looks like the Golden Flashes don't want anything to deal with that, but now Beans is back trying to find an engage angle.
Yeah, I know Beans would have flashed if you had it up there.
I would have too.
That little Smolder looking very tempting. And now Elder being built on some of the members of Miami, not all. Crucially, the Vladimir giving his life for the cause, and it's now with this crystalline growth being built up in these mid towers, they're going to be able to pick it up. But look at this wave clear, like I said, from Smolder. He can just delete these waves once he accumulates it, and Miami's just tanking this. I mean, the Zillion Stun is going to land, but they are pretty intent on taking that inner, and they will find it. Calamity barely dodging that hook there from Leona.
They're looking for a fight. I mean, Elder is just one of those buffs where, you know, you just want to perma-fight while you have it. If you can find a good engage, Calamity getting hit by the Zenith Blade, and Silazak with the Condemn into the wall. That is a free kill for the Vayne, who has 4 items now. But Egoist, Beans, Polygon, and Silazak, 4 members strong. WGFY is up and coming through that mid lane as well. I mean, William getting slowed by the Chemtech Soul. Wow. What a soul. What a slow.
You got to find another opportunity, because if you all just are in the mid lane, the Smolder's just going to keep continuously clearing those waves, and you're not going to have an opportunity to actually leverage the strengths of this Elder Soul, or this Elder Dragon. So yeah, I mean, WG4, gets the idea, is going to get to a side lane, but really kind of an uneventful Elder. I mean, they were like, we have the Smolder buff now. We have the percent health we have the percent execute, and Nasus is going to be joining him there down in the bot lane. We'll see. I mean, Miami not finding a whole lot, going to find the mid inner, but not even an inhib for their troubles.
Yeah, Drake is up in 40 seconds. I'd assume that'd be the next objective both of these teams want to fight for.
Baron,
so we'll see what happens as Egoist is just clearing this top lane.
Yeah, Baron going to be up. And that is, crucial. That will give the minions the resistances they need if Miami does actually ever want to end the game. Can allow them to take more of the Smolder onslaught that they will receive if Miami is in advantageous position, fortunately pushing a wave. We'll see. But that is going to be how they do it.
Yeah, a little bit of fight for vision control of this Baron pit. The Golden Flashes have a control ward in that little brush above mid lane. Silazak, though, still just farming up. Has the Terminus, has 4 items, but so does Strikehoon with the Infinity Edge on top of everything else. Beans and Polygon able to clear that, but Calamity getting a nice stun. The Bard damage has kind of fallen off, I won't lie. But
was there ever, I mean, he's got Leandri's.
I mean, beginning of the game, Bard is strong, but
it was what's that Bard, though? It's what he's built.
Wait, why? Calamity has bought the Grievous Wounds.
I told you.
That is interesting.
He's got it. I don't know about his application.
Okay. Oh, 2 major ultimates missed for the side of the Redhawks. That is the Glacial Prison and the Solar Flare down for Polygon and Beans, which that gives the Golden Flashes an ability to engage, and they're just going for Silazak. They find the Tempered Fate, and they really don't have anything to protect Silazak. Silazak forced the flash out of there as Calamity, William, Strikehoon. It is the whole squad here. WGFY on the flank alongside Egoist, 2 opposite ends. Will they go for a pincer maneuver? No, they will not.
So it is going to be another 2 ultimates traded in response for Silazak, and that will mean a little bit more control, a little bit better position. And that is going to be the startup, the catalyst that they need in order to justify starting this Baron. But they crucially didn't find Silazak. They did get his, I believe he got his flash in that engagement.
Yeah, the Golden Flash is kind of baiting this Baron out, but WGFY is here. Jungle 101 is the first target as Strikehoon tries to get out of there, immediately flashes the Solar Flare, so won't take any damage. But Silazak almost taking down William. Nasus is still up. Nasus is down, but Strikehoon takes Egoist down. Silazak picking up a kill onto Jungle 101. Calamity still up. WGFY not going to find this one just yet. A double kill for Silazak, picking up one onto Strikehoon. That's going to be the Baron for the Redhawks. and they might get some more turrets out of this one as well.
Yeah, beautiful fight there from Miami. Really well played by Egoist and WGFY, knowing to tunnel vision section Smolder off that fight. And again, where has the Zillion been, man? Have you
Still
seen
has
this?
ultimate. Still has ultimate.
Have you seen this man? he is a KDA player in this one, 0, 1, and 7. And yeah, I mean, really not. I mean, Zillion is so important in a lot of these fights in order to make picks like this Smolder work, because in isolation they just do not have the damage. Even with, like I said, the Nasus, you can get as many stacks as you want. You're very one-dimensional as a carry, and you, especially with a Vayne in the game, you can't do enough of the heavy lifting to really get things off and running. So not having a mid laner who is able to provide some semblance of utility or something like that, it is going to be a little bit frustrating for the side of KSU. But well, who knows? You know, by no means was that the nail in the coffin. Miami still needs to find a way to leverage that Baron into something more. That's kind of the difference.
Beans getting caught out here, uses the Zenith Blade to go in, but Solozak and WGFY are here. It is all the members of the Red Hawks. Ego is teleporting in from the top. Solozak getting a kill on to the Xin Zhao, but now Smolder is here, applying that passive Elder Drake to everyone. But there's the Zillion rewind. Solozak with a double kill, and they want more.
Okay, so Solozak's been cooking on this Vayne. I'm not even gonna lie. 15-3. This build is kind of nasty.
Elder Drake, it's up.
Elder Drake. Yep, and that will be an easy pickup for Miami. Egoist going to try and get a preemptive start on pushing this mid wave in, knowing that they can't keep just getting these objectives and then not really doing much with them. Smolder crucially still alive after that fight there, so we'll be able to really clear out a lot of these still Barrier-empowered minions, but Miami really wants to get something more concrete, an inhib, a tower, something to show that they have actually been able to be winning these team fights, because at the very end of the day, KSU can just hunker down, can kind of turtle in their base and try and leverage the Smolder, keep stacking. But now Miami is finally taking a hammer to some of these structures.
Yeah, I just want to give huge props to WGFY in this game. Built up a huge lead on this Vladimir during the laning phase of the game. And now in these teams fights is just chasing down crucial targets. I mean, in that last fight that we saw near the Baron pit, really just chased William on the Zillion out.
Yeah.
You know, didn't allow him to use the ultimate, the rewind, to revive somebody. And then in earlier fights, just chased Strikehoon out. So, I mean, WGFY just really doing his job in this game and doing it well.
Yeah, Miami wants more, but I would caution against it. Right now, they don't have the super minions, so they really just are getting poked out by this Smolder, by this Zillion, by this Bard. Look at this. The stun coming through. Now they do have the super minions, still have...
Oh, they're just charging it.
The Baron, the Elder. They want to end on this timer, but it might be really difficult. Look at the wave clear that they have. It's just so difficult to get in a position where they can actually...
Oh, Polygon going for the Hextech gate. But yeah, I don't know if they have the timer to end at just this moment.
But they have the 2 inhibs, crucially. That is a big deal. So it will mean that KSU can't be on the same level, be on the map to contest, but it is still a Smolder being able to stack, being able to be still relevant in this game. So it is always going to be a little bit nerve-wracking for Miami, but with the 12K gold lead, it doesn't feel like there is too much that can really throw them off, but we'll see. I mean, obviously, the infinite scaling is infinite for a reason.
Yes, we are hitting the point where we are getting full builds coming in. So, wow, 40 minutes into this game, Solozak has hit all 6 items plus the boots. So Jack Show being the last item completed, giving a little bit more, some resistances for Vayne, allowing them to live a little bit longer. WGFY completing the Morellonomicon. So completing that Grievous Wounds item. I mean, Polygon just needs to finish the Thorn Mail, has the Bramble Vest. But wow, we're getting to that point in the night, Devin.
Yeah, and I think MU doing us a favor, our lovely roster here, getting us a banger for a banger to cast, an Al Calamity lurking.
Yeah, he's just going to stop this back. Wait.
What?
What?
The mental
he
game.
doesn't see him.
And look, Miami posturing.
Area.
Topside jungle.
No ward. What was that Bard doing? What a throw.
He's just a little goofy. He's a goofy little guy. Playing the drums here on signaling his own exit. Egoist returning to the base. What did he buy? He bought something.
It wasn't the Deaths. Was it the Deaths?
I don't
or
know.
was it Sterix? It was one of the two. I was just looking at his items a second ago, too. Solozak, though, trying to find an angle onto Alcalamity. One auto doing a fourth of the HP bar. Polygon so tanky here as well, but it looks like this top turret is going to be the siege target.
You could say it's Polygon.
before this Baron comes up in 1 minute, as Egoist doesn't have the teleport, but is shoving out the bottom lane as well. I feel like the Redhawks have full dominion of Summoner's Rift right now, and you can, wow, that gold graph. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, trying to make sure that all these waves are pushed up so that it is as difficult as possible.
Nasus has matched Egoist as well, so crucially, no Nasus empowered Q, almost taking down Alcalamity.
They called me crazy. They called me crazy for thinking Vladimir is better in this stage of the game than Nasus. And, I mean, look at that. It speaks for itself. Oh, God.
WGFY, what do we... Oh, get
Don't
out of there,
play
man.
with my heart.
Get out of there, man.
He's still got the pool, but
he does have the pool.
He's
Broken
playing
ability.
with fire.
Nasus did recall and is back. So the KSU Golden Flashes are 5 men strong, while the Redhawks still only 4 as Egoist backing and
They
now
want
running
more.
down to lane.
And they're really just trying to push these minions as much as they can to have the best position in order for these team fights to really not just take place. I mean, they want the majority of KSU to not feel comfortable leaving their base, especially they're going to be walking into darkness. WGFY, again, clearing the waves. Hold on.
Tempered Fate being used by Alcalamity to try to find WGFY, all while the Redhawks get the Baron. Alcalamity burning that ultimate ability, but that was just kind of a free Baron, and the Redhawks are in full control so far.
Yeah, with the 2 inhibs, it's crucial because they can't have the same agency. They have to stay in. They have to be clearing these super minions.
Holy damage charts. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, now it is kind of the story of the bot laners, though. And Vayne, having done the scaling, having done her homework, and that is a full build Vayne, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, this last fight could determine the game. Death timers have reached over a minute since almost all, except for the supports, are level 18. The top laners even more so because of the new top lane quest. But one fight could determine this game. It is on a knife's edge right now.
Elder Dragon spawning in 24 seconds. I would imagine they try to stay for
They're
that.
going to jump over 101. Xin Zhao just getting first down, using the pressing card to try to live. But Polygon picking up the kill. Fiends going forward, strikes down Alcalamity, excuse me, and Strikehoon's really low. The Redhawks are going to win this game and take it to a game 3 in their last game of ESC League of Legends.
Did they really just do that to me? I'm like, they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait for this Elder, and they're gonna take the safe way. But Bean saw the angle, the thin line, the way through, and that is what they need to move on to a game 3. And that Vladimir just popped Strikehoon like a balloon, and that is all they needed to take us to. But I'm calling it Silver Scrapes. We get it. We get it. We earned it. Because,
holy cinema.
Yes, that was cinema. That was a crazy sequence of events, and it was just back and forth and back and forth. Could they possibly end the smolder so much wave clear? And they finally found the angle that they needed.
Who needs a Rift Herald when you have scaling? Am I right, fellas?
No, they needed that. It was like it was
the game earlier.
It was like they're taking off their wrist weights, Like,
the Rock Lee versus Gara.
Yeah, they can't have it because the game would have been over too quick. They know that we needed like a 40-minute like absolute movie of a game.
What a banger game, dude. That was an exciting one. Great jump on the end to get Jungle 101, catch him off guard before the Elder spawn. But who needs the Elder Dragon when you can just end the game? I mean, Devin, not much can be said. I mean, you saw that 45-minute banger just unfold before your eyes. Scaling was the name of the game. And, Solozak was able to get an early lead, scaled a little bit earlier. But WGFY, man, that Vladimir looked good.
You know what didn't look good?
The Zillion.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, crazy ultimates.
You know what?
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, lack thereof of the ultimates and the Smolder. I know he's going to be questioning that one. The wise old man was not able to make an appearance at a lot of these team fights, and if he did not last long. He was playing for the KDA.
Yeah.
So you know what? Sometimes that happens, and you got to shake it off, move on to game 3, and both teams feeling invigorated, motivated to get this win here today.
Yeah, it's coming down to, like you said, Devin, what we are calling Silver Scrapes, the last match, what will be the last match of the last series for ESC League of Legends regular season.
What about this? Scarlet Scrapes.
Scarlet
for
Scrapes.
the Redhawks. I actually don't know if that's our color, but
I think it's
Trademark
just,
it.
I think it's just red.
Trademark it.
Red scrapes.
Trademark it.
Red scrapes,
No.
maybe.
I'm being told that OSU is the Scarlet one. Not for tonight. Not for tonight.
We'll stay Silver Scrapes for now. But game 3 is one that you do not want to miss. We're gonna go to a quick break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And here we are for game 3 between Kent State and Miami University. This one determines who's going to be the 4th and 5th seed for the ESC playoffs coming in 2-3 weeks now. So we are very excited. We've had 2 really good games so far, a 30-minute banger and then a 45-minute heater. Wow, I'm at a loss for words for what we've been seeing today.
I'm going to be honest here. This vexes me. I don't know what ADC we're going to lock in, or what. I don't know what anything is.
No, we saw
this is uncharted territory.
We saw a Tom Kench game 1 and Singed, and then game 2 we saw a Bard, we saw a Nasus. You never know what you're going to get. And a Zillion, you'll never know what you're going to get in college League of Legends.
Our draft is like a box of chocolates.
You never
know what you're going to get.
I get that reference. If you get that reference, let us know where it's from in chat. You guys, pretty base.
Tweet us at RedHawksGG.
Okay, so bans are going to be Nautilus, Briar, and Thresh, and Rise, Udyr, and Bessa. Same things that we've seen in previous games, the Nautilus being a new one here now, but Amumu being the insta-lock for Polygon.
I like Amumu. I think Amumu is just such a, like, it fits the identity similar to what we saw last game of like a team fight facilitator. But then we get
I sleep, bro. Did something happen top lane?
Is he building
no,
lethality?
It's just a Scion.
Pantheon, the Unbroken Spear.
It's late. It's our last game casting. We're gonna have some fun with it tonight. But Scion being the top lane pickup, with Pantheon possibly being jungle, possibly being the support. I mean, that Scion could also be a jungle pick. But we are yet to see. Now waiting on to see what Miami will pick up here. I would assume an AD carry and maybe a top laner.
Oh, the
Cog. Wait, we've seen this one before.
Lulu? There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, he's been begging for the Lulu the entire night, and we have the little purple gremlin locked in on the board.
We got 2 purple little gremlins in the bot side. Kog'Maw Lulu, though, being one of those powerful pickups. We kind of talked about Lulu. We kind of talked about Lulu and Jinx earlier on in the night before game 1 until Lulu got banned out. But Lulu, again, just a really strong champion that enables these on-hit auto attackers like Kog'Maw. Giving earlier attack speed, has a really strong ultimate.
Notable, though, one thing. So if you use the Hugify on the Kog'Maw while the Pantheon is Wing, you can knock him back because he's like midair, and then
it's kind of like a Lulu Hugify AoE effect. Kind of does what Thresh Flay does, where it stops those kinds of moves. But Mordekaiser being the first ban for Kent State in the second rotation. But yeah, I really like the Lulu pickup. I really like Kog'Maw. We've seen Solozak do some crazy things. I remember the double kill and then the fancy footwork. It's late at night. Twitch being the first ban from Miami in this next phase.
I would have liked to see a Twitch.
We were talking about it earlier. Yeah.
Yes. From the sewers.
I was hiding.
Wait, we're kind of goated.
What was the other one? It's like, I demand a sandwich. That's just me normally.
Nobody wants to play with me anymore.
Dude, that's just you being you.
That's crazy. Aatrox being the hover and will be banned out. And we'll see what Miami chooses to take out here. I do like the Amumu Lulu combo as well. Amumu can bandage toss right into the middle of the field. Gets the stun off with the ultimate, and then Lulu can Hugify to knock up a bunch of people. But Jhin going to be the last ban.
See, this is where I would have loved.
Oh, wait. We have a little bit of a roster change for Kent State.
What is it?
They have Sparkythos, who I thought was going to be jungle here earlier in the game, now taking the jungle, as Jungle 101 has been moved to AD carry.
What?
There is no Strikehoon.
That is false advertising.
There is no Strikehoon in this game.
But Jungle 101 is not jungle. What is going on here at the Kent State facility? We need to address that immediately. But anyway, the Senna going to be locked in. And when Lulu said that tasted purple, I'm not.
It's the Mundo pickup.
It's the Mundo, guys. It's the Mundo. That tasted purple.
God. 3 pickups, 3 purple champions for the side of the Redhawks. And we'll see how they choose to, oh my gosh, close out this draft, probably with a mid laner here for WGFY. We'll see what he wants to take playing into that Victor.
Yes, I love the Mundo. So he's
Whoa!
going, okay.
You were talking about vexing earlier.
Oh yes,
That's a Vex lock-in.
and this is pre-clown skin too. So Riot, if you don't know,
Oh, what a good
teased,
skin.
for
looks
April
cool.
Fool's Day, which is coming up very soon. They have a concept art for a clown Vex skin, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to cause Vex to be played again. And that's the Kale. Where is that? Where is that going?
Wait.
It's Jungle Scion.
No.
What?
It's Pantheon support, Senna 80 carry, Kale top, Scion jungle, and Victor mid.
They are cooking.
Omega flex from Kent State over here. Oh my god.
They are so far in the kitchen. They're baking bread like Pantheon.
Who let man cook?
That's a lore dump for you at
Or
home.
Leona.
She bakes bread?
She has the skin.
Nah, that's like barbecue.
Oh, you're so right.
This guy is a fraud, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a fourth purple champ though for the Redhawks.
Wait.
Mundo, Vex, Kog'Maw, Lulu. Maybe if Polygon takes, is there a purple Amumu skin? There's got to be a purple. There's got to be
Emumu.
Oh, you're so right.
But
They
it's
like
not really purple.
They better go.
You could
full
go
purple.
the Infernal Amumu purple chroma.
There's probably purple. The teapot.
No, the Jack-o'-lantern one.
There's probably the
It's like
teapot one.
it's like no
porcelain.
the Pumpkin King Amumu is slightly purple. So we'll
Wait,
see if that is an option.
is this Scion 80
Yeah.
carry?
It's a fasting Scion. It's not a fasting Scion. It's fasting Senna. But
Oh my
the weird thing is
gosh.
fasting Senna just doesn't really like. The thing is, it was played in the it was played by into C9 by Lion recently in the LCS, and they did it as a Senna ADC in just a straight Scion support.
That's crazy.
They did not do the fasting
Crazy
Senna,
throw.
and it no longer works because you unless you queue it up as the Senna ADC, you cannot build a support. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. They changed it so only one person can buy the support item or anything like so. It doesn't work the same as it used to, but you don't see it as much. It really has kind of faded into obscurity, but we will see it tonight.
Devin, I have a feeling that this game might be going late as well. Kog'Maw and Mundo, two champions who love to scale, as well as Kale and the Scion, even the Victor too, and the Senna. This might be another 30 to 40 minute banger that we have in front of us.
The only issue with that is I don't see that favoring Miami anymore. Like I think that they
I think Kale kind of
yeah.
Once she hits her break point, I think it's kind of Jover.
Because Kog'Maw is a force to be reckoned with. Don't get me wrong. He scales really well, especially with the on-hit varieties. And then there's Mundo, who just refuses to die. But they have that and more on Kent State. So I think that if Miami, they didn't draft a lot of early game power picks they have the Amumu, but this worries me if this game starts to get past a certain time threshold. Because I mean, Miami was able to play it pretty clean, but it definitely is going to come down to execution because that is a pretty scary team comp.
Yeah, I think both team comps I really like. It'll come down to hands, like you mentioned. Kog'Maw, kind of an immobile champion, though, going into this Pantheon Victor Scion combination.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lulu will help with that a little bit. You got a lot of lockdown CC with the Amumu, with the double bandage toss, and the ultimate.
Vex not my favorite here. I feel like Vex, in terms of other mages, kind of like has a weird spot in the game and really hasn't found the niche to settle in. And also, there isn't a lot of dashes to utilize Vex's passive and really
you have Pantheon, and that's about it.
And that's the jungler. You know, it just seems like you want a control mage, but you're really not sure which one to pick. And I mean, I could be proven wrong. I think Vex's ultimate is a lot of fun to use. It's pretty fun, but can be a little dicey, especially with the Pantheon jumping on top of you.
I'm not sure what the matchup is like because I'm not a mid lane player, but
me neither. Those people are cringe.
Yeah, Syndra. I kind of maybe like a Syndra here, but we'll see. This is the first time we've seen WGFY on the Vex. Could be some hidden tech that WGFY has, some hidden skills that we don't know about. I tried playing Vex the other day. Did not go well.
Yeah, generally when I see Vex, I rarely see it go very well, even in ARAM.
I've seen some crazy Vexes in my time, but you're deceptively hard champion. I won't lie.
Could be. So we will find out. I think that Scion is probably going to do a lot in this game. I mean, it depends on whether the stacking really gets to the point. Like, I think Mundo is scarier late game than Scion personally, but they both become sort of giant meatballs.
I think it's another one of those games where it's protect the president. I mean,
Mhm.
Miami has to protect Solozak. They have to protect this Kog'Maw because that is where most of the damage will be. Vex is a burst mage.
Mhm.
If Vex doesn't have that sustained damage in these fights where you need to take down a Scion or a Pantheon or a Victor. So it's really going to come down to Solozak and his hands on this Kog'Maw.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to Beans and Polygon and Egoist protecting him. So we'll see what happens in this game.
Mhm.
I do think Kent State might have the better draft on paper.
I think so too.
Senna with the fasting Senna still has the stacks, gets passive crit, passive attack range with the Soul Collection. Scion gets passive health with minions dying. So it's going to be tough for the Redhawks in this game.
Yeah,
I do think they can pull it out,
I think so too.
but it'll take a lot of strategy and some really good comms.
Yeah, and I think another thing is that Kent State has shown their ability to, and actually both teams are Miami University, so we can't lose.
Oh,
Um,
we just win.
but what I'm saying is they have shown the ability to drag out these games, even when they're at a negative game state. They can keep the game going, and for them, that is a way bigger deal than it was last game, or at least it seems like that could be the case.
Yeah, but I'm Devin. I'm really excited for this game. Like we mentioned earlier, this game determines the 4th and 5th seed for the ESC playoffs that are coming just in a couple weeks. If producers could tell me,
Yep.
if producers could give me the dates later, we'll relay that on to you because I do not have them in my head at the moment. But here we are on to Summoner's Rift for the game that determines who's the 4th and 5th seed for the LAN on. Prod just told me, but I totally
The
forgot.
4th and 5th, I think I heard.
24th and 25th,
Oh.
maybe. But Solozak, 28th and 29th it is. But Solozak getting some nice autos onto Jungle 101 and Alcalamity. That is the power of the Lulu Kog'Maw and the percent health damage that Solozak will deal on this champion.
Yeah, really great early game trade, getting the Letho tempo stacked. Pings coming down. Solozak having to use Ghost for that trade. A little bit aggressive there. I feel like that KSU is just going to be able to sustain back. So bit of a big summoner investment to get a little bit of chip damage early on. But
I mean, it's going to be hard for the Scion, though, because it's melee into range. This Scion is going to be the one that's farming up. And anytime that Jungle 101 steps up, Beans can throw a Q or Solozak can do a W auto. And that's just bad news bears for Scion. We see that Solozak and Beans just continuing trading. This is what happens when you have the Pixie on you with Kog'Maw.
yeah, it is going to be a little debilitating. Egoist, meanwhile, is going to be into the kill. Kill not ranged till that level 6 threshold. So not the worst thing in the world, but never going to be super happy as a Mundo into this matchup. Going to be a little bit scared early on. The E, once that is available, helps facilitate a little bit of the farming for the Mundo. Can kind of give him access to some of those backline minions, as we'll see here. Is going to go wide, though. Egoist, yeah, it's just going to try and start leveling up in accordance with the Kale as well. And we see the Pantheon moving towards the mid lane, but an early gank again by Polygon.
Yeah,
might be in the works.
Amumu is going to try to flash with the bandage toss, forces the flash out of the line. Polygon taking an auto on his way out. We're getting Ego with some agency in here who only has Ghost and Teleport. No flash for the Mundo. WGFY getting chased around by iMain William, who are both really low in the mid lane at the moment. Both still have both summoners up. Solozak and Alcalamity still just trading around here. Beans taking a full Q to the face. That's going to chunk that Lulu out a bunch. But WGFY getting aggressive as Egoist picks up first blood in the top lane.
Yeah, so that is the consequence of a Kale not having Flash Mundo, just finding the ability, the timer to run her down. Solozak struggling a little bit with the CS there.
Yeah, just missing that caster minion. Personally, I wouldn't have missed that minion.
Yeah, I know. You're so good and good looking.
Oh. Thanks. I'm blushing.
You know, we developed this
very professional relationship that we
exactly.
have in the studio.
Yeah,
Very professional relationship. Solozak and Bean still trading with Alcalamity, who's chunked to about half, who is kind of their damage source early on in this game. We do see Sparkythos in their first game for the Golden Flashes in this series is taking that grub, is going to go for the double grub, going to pass through the mid lane.
Hold on,
maybe
Vex,
looking
though.
for a gank onto WGFY, has the fear available, so it's really in no fear
The mental
of
game.
losing Vex's life right now.
Yeah, the mental game with the emote being flashed and the double crab getting started here. The Mundo, though.
Polygon, though, doesn't have the flash, but wants something. Misses the first bandage toss, has a second charge perhaps, and does. Stuns up Jungle 101, who is able to ghost and get out. I did not see Jungle 101 taking ghost in this matchup.
Yeah, that is an interesting pickup there. I actually don't know what you normally take. I would assume it would just be TP, as even when you were playing into the fasting style. But yeah, I mean, I was saying Egoist picking up the Giants belt on the first back has got to feel really great. Traditionally, what I've done on Mundo, I don't know if Egoist will do the same. A bit of an invade here after that showing in the bot side. That's kind of the danger of doing that so early on. Sparky Thos. How do you?
I've been saying Sparky Thos.
Sparky Thos.
We can just call him Sparky.
So yeah, Sparky picking up a pretty early CS lead, but the Mundo technology is usually building 3 Giants belts, and then that way you can build the Heartsteel into immediately the what's that? I'm blanking. The one that allows you to regen all your health.
Which item?
The green one, the
for
best.
Who?
Or the top laner for Mundo.
Spirit Visage, not
Nope.
Spirit Visage. The other one.
The other one.
Warmogs.
Yeah,
Warmogs.
that'll be it. I'll take Warmogs for 500.
Polygon, though, did look at the top side of his jungle near where the blue buff was and realized that Sparky committed an act of larceny, which is different than burglary, I learned today in my law class. However, WGFY getting a nice trade onto Alcalamity, who has shifted over to the mid lane. Yeah, as Sparky is there around his Raptors. Larceny is theft that you are not knowing. Burglary is an act where there is aggressive action in it.
Okay, bro.
That's what I learned today in class. I'm just sharing the knowledge. If you learned something fun today, drop it in our chat.
Drop a Rise Up Redhawks in chat if you learned something new today. Solo Zach and Polygon taking the dragon, knowing how beneficial it was for them to have that soul. But now,
Sparky is here. Jungle 101 does not have the ultimate on the sign, but gets polymorphed immediately. Nice smite secure from Polygon. Will get the Drake over for the Redhawks. Solo Zach forced the flash and ghost over the wall. So that is going to be only 1 life loss for the Redhawks, but they do get the Drake in return. Infernal, a great boon for this team.
yeah, Sion got that kill there, so not the end of the world, but going to allow him to build up some more of that HP, stacking those resistances for him to live a little bit longer in this lane where the poke is heavy. And meanwhile, Kale finally ticked up to level 6, going to be able to benefit a lot more from the PTA now, but just has that cull, so Mundo is not necessarily too perturbed at this moment in time. Ward going to be spotted down there. That's crucial.
What Mundo skin is that? Throws the cleaver,
Executioner.
misses. Ego's popping the ultimate to regen a bunch of health. But the Lion, Hassel Ward, did spot out Polygon there, who did have to get off of his blue buff. We'll just redo it, but Solozak getting slowed by the slow from the Scion. Grand Starfall entrance from Sparky finds the kill onto 1. Beans trying to run away. Sparky flashing out of turret aggro. Beans keeps her life, but Solozak unfortunately going down in the process. 2 kills so far in this game for the Golden Flashes and 1 for the Redhawks.
Showing some of that Grand Starfall value being everywhere around the map. Just being able to call out for a Pantheon to appear at your beck and call is a great boon for any laner. So definitely going to be happy about that one. Egoist just clearing out these waves. It does get a lot harder once Kale has access to the range, and the PTA is just so annoying, can stack those autos, and doesn't he really have any items yet. So will just kind of get harder from this point on. And WGFY is pretty even in this lane with the Victor. Not exactly what you want to see, just given the fact that Victor is going to be such a nightmare once he starts to get those Hex Tech augments online.
Ego is getting aggressive with the Lion, but the Lion does not concern himself with cleavers being thrown
What
at
about that
him.
huge wave, though?
That is a nice, juicy wave.
Yes. That is Lion picking that one up.
We do see that Sparky, Alcalamity, and Imane William have all rotated up to these grubs, so they will secure them. Ego is teleporting right in the middle of that lane, but the Lion will back off. And I believe the Golden Flashes will take these grubs no problem.
Yeah, all 3 going to be easily picked up by KSU. And that is a big deal. I mean, that is definitely what you want to see. Grubs are always just helpful. They're going to help you in all stages of the game pick up a lot of plates, be able to end quicker if you are in a position to be so fortunate. And a lot of the times after the changes are a little bit undervalued by, I think, a lot of teams. So definitely keep that in mind. Those may make an appearance later.
Man, this Scion, even 8 minutes into the game, is just so tanky.
Yeah, 2 Giants belts.
I think it's going for the Heart Steal as well. So it's the second time we've seen a Heart Steal. But Egoist taking a heavy trade from the line here, is regenning up with the ultimate. Kale using her invincibility as well. But Egoist gets out of there with the use of the Ghost. But I don't think Egoist wants to take another fight with that Kale right now.
Yeah, I'm noticing the Amumu really hasn't had the same impact as like he was able to have on something like this.
Cancel the back. Cancel the back.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, he did cancel it.
Go.
But yes, so yeah, kind of missing some of those early bandage tosses. Now he's going to move closer, maybe try and find some action towards the top side. But Kale maybe sniffing it out, playing safe, not getting too up and close with this wave.
Yeah, I mean, vision control is something we've been talking about all 3 games here, but they did have a ward on the blue buff where Polygon walked through. So even before Polygon used the sweeper, they knew that the Amumu was there and the line was just able to back on out. Egoist, though, taking a heavy trade from the Lion. No summoners up for the Egoist in the top lane, but Polygon is here. Flash up for the Kale. Will they have to use it, though? Polygon does have the ultimate. Flashes with a bandage touch. Forces the flash out of the Lion well.
Senna ult, and while that was happening, sorry to interrupt, but Senna ult was actually enough to finish off the Mundo all the way from downtown.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Good catch. Solazak and Beans here just, doing their thing, just farming up. No action really here in the bot lane since that first trade.
He bought Warmogs and then had to undo it because he realized that he couldn't actually benefit from you need to have a certain health threshold, bonus health threshold, and actually to regen from with Warmogs. So he bought it.
Being the first buy then.
Yeah, and then was able to actually rectify that and pick up the Heart Seal. That was a little weird. Did he sell it? Because now he's missing a Giant's belt. Or no, maybe he only
undo.
had 2.
You can just undo.
Yeah, maybe he... Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there, but yeah, it looks like he was able to get the item that he wanted, and he has it on the same timing that Scion in the bot lane has it.
Yeah, just taking a look around. Solazak, of course, going for that Blade of the Ruin King first, but the Heartsteel for Jungle 101 completed. Already has almost 400 bonus health, if I can read correctly, from the passive of the Scion, but wow. Egoist just taking tons of damage, honestly, from this Kale. Just really oppressive once it turns into a Ranger's melee matchup, but Solazak popping the Ghost, getting some autos, and a nice ultimate from Polygon. Stuns up 3 members of the Golden Flashes, but Solazak is forced to run, doesn't have the speed right now, forced to flash as well out, as the Golden Flashes have priority of this Dragon Pit if they want, but WGFY floating down as well.
Yep, and Solazak able to remain pretty slippery in that fight, forced to use the flash though, and the Scion ultimate going to be invested to try and track him down, get some CC in the right position, but that is Polygon basically doing as much as he could in that fight, laying down the ultimate to get on top of as many members as possible, but it is just going to be a 1-for-1 trade, and yeah, no dragon going to be taken, but that still doesn't, I mean, to me, it is a little scary. It feels like Amumu is not necessarily finding his stride in the game like we would have wanted in draft.
No, I haven't really seen any of the bandage tosses hitting so far, but, that just sets you back a little bit in the early game. I'm not too afraid because Amumu is just one of those champions that's kind of useful at all stages of the game because of that ultimate. I mean, it's just a giant AoE stun, can really change team fights around, but the Redhawks spotting out the Golden Flashes on this Trae. I don't know. Polygon trying to look for a bandage toss in to try to steal that. But Jungle 101 getting a nice Heartsteel proc. Solazak doesn't have the items to do the damage that he wants to do in this fight so far. But Beans getting chased down by Jungle 101 is going to be 1 kill for the Golden Flashes, going over to Sparky, who takes down Polygon.
Yeah, and that's just more of the same. It just looks like they were there, did not really know what they wanted to do with the fight, and then KSU was able to punish off the back end. And this Pantheon is hitting, man. He's doing a lot of damage, up 700 gold now.
Oh, Beans, oh my gosh, getting exploded by Heartsteel after a full Q from Jungle 101. I don't think Beans was expecting that one.
Yeah, and this Scion is already making his presence so known. It's so tanky already, and is able to, like, one might think that against 2 range champions, that he would struggle to get some of the Heartsteel stacks online, at least at this point in the game. But no, he's just able to walk up, able to be the brute bully in this lane. And now there really isn't too much of a bright spot on the side for the Redhawks. Just, I mean, the best thing you can look at is towards your mid lane. It's relatively even, but that's a Victor. He's going to be a problem. He wants the game to be slow. The entire team of KSU wouldn't mind dragging this out to the later stages of the game, and they might not even need to. They're already up 4.7k gold at 13 minutes.
Yeah, Solozak just not having enough percent max health damage just yet. Needs the Blade of the Ruin King along with the W to really do anything to the Scion so far in this game. But I do want to mention Kale has hit breakpoint number 2 after hitting level 11. 16 is the third breakpoint that we are looking for. That's when Kale becomes fully online and all of her autos are ranged and deal wave damage. So the window, it's getting
Wider and wider.
Yeah, it's closing for the Redhawks,
yes.
but it's opening up for the Golden Flashes. The Bork has been completed for Solozak, which will aid him a little bit in these fights, but I mean,
Oh, hold on.
Kog'Maw just is so item reliant. So far, we do have a fight breaking out here in the mid lane. No, they're just going to run away. Alcalamity and Jungle, 101. Don't want anything to deal with the 4 members presenting of the Redhawks. They're turning their sights onto Lion, who is forced to use the Ghost on this Kale to run away, and nothing comes from this little skirmish as Rift Herald is spawning in the pit. Will the Redhawks get it? Maybe. Will they pick it up? Who knows?
Victor, in the meantime, pushing in the bot wave, just going to find more and more.
But here comes Scion drifting like a NASCAR who, you know what, they don't actually drift that much. Polygon using the bandage toss, uses the Curse of the Stad Mummy, only getting 2 members of Jungle 101 and the Lion. However, a nice teleport from Victor, and the ultimate laying down just kind of annihilates the members of the Redhawks. Only 2 left are standing, WGFY and Solozak, but they don't have a front line to deal with any of these members. Jungle 101 trying to get a Q as WGFY goes in. He'll just donate his life over to the Golden Flash, and it's going to be an ace for them as Solozak will go down here as well.
Only finding 1 off the back end, is able to get something back, but that is the Herald and everything associated with it. And noted, they did pick up the eye. So that is something to harp on. But yeah, that is pretty much Miami throwing everything at the wall, trying to find some way back into this game. But that is only going to exacerbate the gold deficit that they were facing. And in the meantime, for the onset of that fight, it looked like Victor was just pushing a side wave the whole time and just TP'd in to make sure things were wrapped up cleanly. But I don't even know if they needed him.
Yeah, I mean, Victor just came in, reaped some havoc, honestly, with his
Chaos
ultimate
Storm.
ability. Yeah, the Chaos Storm just doing so much. But if you just take a look at the gold graph, I mean, this whole game has been Golden Flashes, and that fight only helped them a little bit more. Kale level 12, just allowed to farm up in these side lanes. Ego's losing his tower will give the line a little bit more agency. But Solozak, just with a Bork and a recurve bow, isn't doing much. Beans might be caught out as Polygon is here to help. William in the area as well. They do spot out the members of the Golden Flashes. Drake spawning in 40 seconds. Will we see another fight? I don't know if the Redhawks want to take one.
Yeah, at this point, you got to reevaluate your strategy. If you keep going aggressive into the Golden Flash, you are just going to see a similar result to what we saw in that top lane Herald fight. You just don't have the ability to pump out enough sustained damage to get through this beefy front line, to get to the sensitive backline carries. And now they're converging.
Yeah, Vision is the name of the game. Sparky flashing forward on to the members of the Redhawks. They will stun up 1. They will get 2. That is 2 for the Victor as Solozak forced to ghost again. And the Cloud Drake, it looks like, will be going over to the side of the Golden Flashes. No, they're going to use the Herald first. Try to siege down this middle tower, this tier 1, as Sparky turns his sights onto the Drake. And Kale just able to push in Egoist just as much as she wants in this top side. The turret will fall. Beans gets hit by the W from Alcalamity. Wow. Just gets exploded by William. They are speedrunning this last one. They want to get home.
Yes, and they do indeed want to close the curtain on what would be the final game. I believe, is this for both teams?
I believe so.
Of the regular season. So KSU looking to end this one in a pretty dominant fashion. Going to get a lot of value out of this Herald. Look at all those Senna souls spawning too. The Senna is going to accumulate the souls pretty quickly. Did opt for the Black Cleaver to, it's a mirror Black Cleaver to her jungler, so lots of armor shred.
Senna at 89 stacks, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
The Scion with 742 bonus HP from his passive. it's just getting grimmer and grimmer for these Redhawks. However, I mean, this Kog'Maw, as long as he's able to scale up, will be able to deal some damage in these fights, but already set back so much. 2k gold down to the Scion, who has the Heartsteel and the Kanik.
Kanik Ruker.
Yes. What a broken item that is.
It is the Perpetual Shield.
Oh, Ghost popped from the Lion. WGFY in danger as we turn our sights towards the top side as Sparky catches out Beans once again. And like we mentioned, there goes WGFY because of the Ghost from Lion, able to just catch up to the Vexed.
Yep, and KSU just slowly winning this war of attrition. And I mean, I didn't even know if I could call it that. It just looks like they are running through. They came, they saw, they conquered in every part of this map. And now Kale continuing to push Mundo, going to try and dissuade her from going any further, but they just don't have the firepower. And honestly, it sucks to say, but I kind of forgot that there was a Vex in the game. Like I said, this Vex kind of struggles, unless it's like a really good angle. You get a lot going on in the mid lane early on to find an identity in a lot of these games. So, oh, we see the ult though.
Oh, Vex going all in with the ultimate, but gets immediately stunned by Sparky as Sparky stuns up Polygon. In return, Solozak trying to get some damage in. Does get a kill, a nice shutdown onto Sparky, and he wants more. This is the Lulu Kog'Maw combo we were talking about. Autos forward, doesn't have enough damage to take out iMain William, and Alcalamity hides in some vision, stuns up Solozak, but I think that's going to spell the end of this Kog'Maw as Jungle 101 picks up a double kill, and it's a triple kill for the 6-0-9 Scion.
Well, can they get off the back of that? Maybe they're going to look to push a little bit more, but now with the passive is able to take down Alcalamity and trade. The Kale is chasing down the Egoist, almost taken down completely. This Kale is such a threat. Has now the Dusk and Dawn picked up, going to be so powerful. The on hit. Look at this.
Yeah, this is unplayable.
Almost level 16 now. Like you said, that final threshold going to be met.
Ooh, Ego's popping the ultimate. Just gets chunked out in return from this Kale doing percent max health magic damage. Shout out Kale, level 15, only needs one more before she is fully online. It has the Dusk and Dawn and the Nashor's Tooth. Probably will back and buy maybe a full item here. I mean, Kale's just kind of been pushing in this bot wave for eternity.
It's got to be close. So the Blasting Wand. So I imagine that
needlessly large rod.
Oh yeah, right.
Not a Blasting Wand.
Needlessly large. And yes, and that will, I imagine, turn into just a Rabadon's.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage in the game, Polygon finding a nice bandage toss onto Alcalamity, who's caught out, uses the second charge to donate a kill over to Solozak, but a grand starfall. Oh my gosh.
Of donating kills.
It is getting so late over here. Polygon chasing down Sparky, hits the bandage toss, and they are trying to get more. Beans, however, getting caught out by the Lion. WGFY getting a kill. Polymorph used onto kill, and they are going to chase Polygon, getting the bandage toss onto the Lion, but the Lion will annihilate Lulu as Polygon picks up the kill this time. Don't call it curtains just yet. We might have a game on our hands.
Yes, the 10K gold lead is shrinking rapidly. But well, yeah,
it is.
Oh, look,
it is.
Yeah, there's you can kind of see it. But yes, that is a series of events that actually went quite well. But hold on.
Oh. Ooh, WGFY, Heartsteel, auto, flash, ultimate. Doesn't get killed out from the Senna just yet. Jungle 101 emoting, flashes the fear. WGFY just divs him. Polygon as for support.
No.
Oh my gosh, Polygon
stop.
using the bandage toss right into the clutches of Jungle 101, who's going to be slowed continuously by Alcalamity and Jungle 101. WGFY, just run while you have your life, man. Just run while you have your life. Polygon getting taken down real low. Beans is here for support, but here comes the Mundo
To throw a cleaver and leave.
Wow. And he protects the rest of this team. Shout out Mundo.
Big, strong man. He gets his team out scot-free, flashing those purple pecs. And that is Beans trying to establish some more vision control, making sure they're not walking through this dark forest. But now, looks like another Drake going to be up in 5 minutes. That will be soul point, so it'll be before almost goal.
That cleaver did a lot of damage. I won't lie. Egoist does have the Heartsteel and the whatever item, Warmogs. That's what it is.
Why did we forget
I don't
that?
know how we could.
That's an
forgetting
important
this.
item.
It's a really good item too.
Yeah, people build that.
Kent State, however, picking up their third dragon of the game to make it 2 clouds and 1 mountain.
Kale's doing damage,
Wow.
I think.
Yeah, Kale's doing Kale things. I don't know how close Kale is to level 16. I'm trying to look at
there it
Oh,
is.
there it is. Wow. Okay, so this Kale is fully online right now. Every auto is ranged. Every auto does send a wave out as well. Every auto deals percent health magic damage.
Yep.
Scary champion.
Very, very scary. And that's why you don't even need necessarily something like a Bork.
Oh, they're looking for something onto WGFY, who gets caught out, uses the shield a little bit to try to get an AoE fear, but Beans is dead as well. That is 2 kills for the Golden Flashes. Polygon and Solozak weren't in the area to help, but the Golden Flashes turning their sights onto the Baron. Solozak getting a little bit of poke onto the Lion, but I don't know if they can steal away this Baron.
The Lion stalks his prey. And yes, his prey in this case will be the giant purple worm. They are going to look to take that one down. Maybe a last-ditch attempt here by Miami to see if they can throw a wrench in their plans. But Solozak going to be completely zoned off along with Egoist.
Baron at 6k. Egoist and Solozak are here. Polygon just getting forced out of the Baron pit by Jungle 101. Doesn't even have an opportunity to try to bandage, toss, and steal. So Baron will be secured for the Golden Flashes as the Redhawks just try to run away and keep the members that they have up alive.
Yes, going to want to make sure that they don't necessarily have an easy path to end this one, but now they have the Baron, they have what they need, and we'll see if they can turn it into something like a cracked Nexus.
Kale with 2 large rods in the back pocket, waiting to complete that hat that she will wear and run the rift with. Looking at some other items around the map.
Titanic Hydra is built.
Ooh, yeah, this Scion is a big boy.
I mean, that's funny.
WGFY. Oh my gosh, this is the kill that we're talking about. You can't really do anything to it. WGFY getting solo killed by the Kale. Solozak caught out as well. Does have the flash. Gets over the wall. Wow, that's hard to get right.
Yeah, that is not an easy flash.
That great flash from Solozak. Honestly, I can't. Yeah.
Absolute chills. Mods, clip it. We're only going to post that after the game and say it was a hard-fought series.
Fancy feet on this man. Egoist, man, he can't even walk up to the Lion at the moment. Jungle 101 here as well. Solozak has the completed Hurricane. Runan's Hurricane, that is what the item is called. So we'll be able to spread out this percent health magic damage onto multiple members with each auto. But you need a frontline to be able to do that, and no frontline will exist in front of this Kale.
Yep, and Kale, it's kind of unbothered right now. Has the ultimate to peel, but maybe an angle in the mid lane.
Oh, they're setting their sights onto Alcalamity.
Look at him.
The Vex ult used as well, but here comes Scion from the back. Solozak trying to do whatever, but he just doesn't do any damage at all. Takes the Kale down to about a quarter HP before making herself invisible, and that is going to be game. The Kent State Golden Flashes take this series 2 games to 1. Wow, what a series, Devin.
Yes. The Golden Flash is shining so bright in that last team fight. I think I may have almost gone blind. And that will be all they need to take down both of these Nexus Towers and end the series 2-1.
Yes, so the Golden Flashes will be your 4th seed for the ESC playoffs, and the Redhawks will be your 5th as Game 3 ends right there. What a series. Wow.
What a season.
What a season,
yeah.
Indeed. And it's a late night over here.
It sure is. Tired. I know. We are at 10:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we both have pretty big days tomorrow.
Yes.
Listen, it has been such a pleasure to be telling these stories of these various different teams throughout the 4 years I've been doing this. And, you know, to have you on my side, I wouldn't have it any other way. So this, I mean, it may be the end of our regular season for the Redhawks, for our League of Legends team. But listen, this has been an incredible journey, and I'm so thankful to have been a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that we could say about this series. Game 1, 2, absolute bangers. Unfortunately, Game 3 was a little bit of a stomp, but like you mentioned, Devin, it has been really a pleasure to be able to be here the last 2 years.
Yep.
Kind of new to this sort of thing.
That's not new. You're just as much of as I am.
I appreciate it, but it really has been a pleasure to, like you said, tell these stories and be on the cast here and be able to call plays like we see them.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate all of you at home who tune into us regularly to hear us yap and talk about a game that we love, and talk about some people that we love as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, shout out James Reach 42 Davis,
Yeah.
Zach Ice Robertson, who else? Trae.
Yeah, shout out Trae Linkling Moss, our producer, Alex Trininus Marcum, who is one of our spectators alongside James Reach 42 Davis, and huge shout out to the league team as well. I mean,
yeah, they worked hard, and you know, I'm really proud of everything they've accomplished.
Yeah.
They had, you know, some roster shakeups, some adversity, so I'm really encouraged to see how well they've been able to overcome the challenges,
Mhm.
the roadblocks, and it's just been great. So yeah, again, and thank you all so much for tuning in every week to watch us do our thing and
Yeah.
watch our team do their thing, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I mean, so many opportunities that both Devin and I have had, being able to cast with Cubby the GOAT.
The finals.
Oh, the TriCast that we had during
Yeah.
the ESC playoffs last year. But yeah, we're looking forward to ESC playoffs this year, which are on March 28th and 29th. Maybe I got that correct this time, where the Redhawks will be playing again. I'm not sure how bracketing and everything works, so go check out the ESC conference Twitter. Follow us at RedHawksGG everywhere, and maybe you'll see us at the ESC
Maybe.
playoffs.
We'll
maybe,
see.
But we'll see.
So,
But yeah, that's
preemptively for the last time. This has been
Isaac Rhythm Arredondo
and Devin TheDoc O'Connor.
Thank you guys so much, and we hope you have a great night.
Mm-hmm.